those listening live on YouTube, on a replay, this is a live cast on Fireside, so we'll be with you in just a minute. Just a moment. Whitepod's music is so shit.
Seconds and counting. It feels good. 2 minutes, 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, everybody?
All right.
We're here.
What is going on? Can't help myself.
Give it the round of applause. Come on, guys. Give us the welcome. Thank you to the boys. Thank you very much.
Give yourselves a round of applause. Good morning.
Shotgun candy.
That's
Good
it,
morning.
guys.
Good morning
Morning,
to
good
the
morning,
Americans. Was it good afternoon to the English, and good evening to the Aussies. How are we around the world?
Man, we're doing great over here. I don't know.
Oh,
about you.
fantastic. My God, what a gorgeous morning. It happens to be some of the best weather in Las Vegas. It's about 10 days of good weather before it's 167 degrees.
Wow, that's scorching. Yeah, it's cold and rainy. Cold and rainy where I'm at.
Scorching.
I'm over a little further east than him.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Undisclosed location.
Well, I think our weather's probably on par around the world right now as this change of seasons happening between you guys and us. Where our weather's not too bad, but it's transitioning into the cold times. So
yep.
Yeah,
so we're swapping seasons, but so be it. What was that?
I know my bones ache.
I said spring has sprung here where I'm at, man. Got flowers and
love is in the air. Yep.
And bees and ladies' legs and all kinds of things.
Yep. Lot more tank tops and midriffs, if you catch midriffs.
Not always
right,
welcome.
So let me just give everyone
by the way. Full-length mirrors, everybody invest in them. Just saying.
A quick frame of the show. Welcome to Shotgun Candy Episode 8, where we're going to be talking about street fighting, bitch slapping like Will Smith, and and taking it like a champ like Chris Rock. But if you want to leave any messages in today's show, normally I'll make it clear that you usually press the link in the fortune cookie that goes to my Instagram. Today we've got Shotgun Candy's Instagram, so hit that link. You can actually give us a like, give us a follow if you're not already. Leave a message there, and I should be able to get it. But just in case you do fuck up and you go back to mine, I think it's open. I'm going to test it this week anyway. So try going for Shotgun Candy. But in the case of a fuck up, you still get my Instagram.
It's imperative you don't fuck up.
I should probably follow us, huh? Probably be a good idea.
That'd be great. That'd be a great thing. I can't
maybe
say to do
I'll
it
do
during
that.
this show, but
All right. Yeah.
Morning, guys. I see
anyway,
people trickling in. Good morning to the audience. How you doing?
Good morning,
do you
everybody.
want to give them a little bit of a shout out there, AC?
Oh man, I never get to do that. Let's see. This morning we've got David. Is that Worm in there? We got Trinity and
Yes,
Will.
it is, Worm.
And Freebie Fetch, my boy. I do a podcast with my friend there on Station Head about music. Oh my God, he's here in the morning. Shout out to Yo Family, Eddie and Laura and Annette and Tank. Is that Tank?
That's my boy Tank. Yeah,
is that your
he's
friend
from the UK
Tank?
right now? Yeah.
Tank.
Yes. What's up, Tank? What's going on, man? Angie and Charlie, lovely. You're always here in the morning. In our morning, but thank you, whatever time it is where you are, you're the best. And Paul and Rocstedi, thank you so much for being here. And Elvis, gosh.
My pleasure.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem.
Jared, what's going on, Jared? Is that Legends in the house? Yeah. Myself, yours truly, Waitbot, my boy Gary, Truthful, Gail, and Lynette. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning and welcome, as Rock said, to Episode 8 of the Shotgun Candy.
Episode 8, baby.
This is a fun one.
Oh yeah, they're all fun, man.
It's something. I've got a little bit of experience with. I'm actually glad that Tank is in the house for this one because him and I have actually gotten involved in some of this fight stuff before. So I didn't have to do a great deal of study, although I was down and out with COVID during the week. Obviously, I think this time last week I just got back from my boy being in hospital from COVID. Well, the day after it whacked me. And
all good, I hope. Everything good?
Oh yeah, it's fine. I'm man the fuck up, In fact, to be honest, I'd rather go through the heart attack again. The COVID was a little bit rough, but it's not too bad. Yeah.
Come on now. Come on. No part of that.
Heart attack's short and sweet, Short and sweet.
Except for that, that whole psychological part, but, whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But somebody, please go ahead and leave us a message on Shotgun Candy's Instagram because I do want to test it out while we're here, while we're giving this a go. We're just trying to line up a few things. AC's done such a fantastic job putting things across all fucking podcast platforms like a fucking champ, man. You own that shit. Jesus Christ, well done.
He's the man. He's the man. I still got a rotary phone. I don't even know how to figure this shit out. I got a clipboard with actual.
We all have different things that we bring to the table, and Elvis, honestly, what you bring to the table is immeasurable. So I just wanted to say that.
Ladies, it's about that big.
So it's measurable. I gave you an out. It could have been immeasurable.
Hey, I'll come out when I'm ready. You leave me alone.
So like we said before, welcome. We're here. It's Sunday morning. You're here with us, and you have a lot of places to be on Sunday morning, and we thank you for being here with us. We're going to talk about street fighting. And honestly, I want to open it up. We're also going to talk about a little bit of the slap contests, that thing that's going around TikTok and stuff like that.
I love them.
I love to watch that. My God, the Siberian dudes are crazy. And
that big dude with the beard. That guy,
oh my God,
he slaps the shit out of people, man.
Which one? Yeah, I mean, people stumble, but anyway, yeah. And then arm wrestling, little backstory on that, you know, a lot of movies on arm wrestling. So I'm excited to just touch upon that just in case anybody's interested. And like Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone.
I mean, that's one of the greatest movies of father-son togetherness of all time.
Of all time. That trucker cap was the shit.
Yeah.
So let's start off with a simple question.
Turn that son bitch around.
It's been working out lately, and the audience participation is a turning. So, simple question for everybody.
And a turn on.
Not all at once. Not all at once.
Unless you really want to, then bring it. We're ready.
We can do it. We can do a message orgy if you want. But so, have you guys gotten into a fight ever in your life? Did you win or lose that fight? And what did you learn? I mean, did that make you want to learn more fighting? Did that make you a more passive person? Give me your fight stories, man. I have one that I want to share, not my own, but my brother and my brother-in-law. And but I really want to hear from certain people in the audience. We have a couple of fighters. My friend Gary's an MMA fighter, formerly an MMA fighter. In other words, I know some raw ass people. So I
got beat up by the cops one time. Does that count?
It does. How did that happen?
It was a one-way fight.
How that happened was I was in jail and I was singing Neil Diamond at the top of my lungs.
Sweet Caroline?
You know it.
Is there any other?
They told me to shut up more than once. And
bum.
Yeah, and I was like, what's the matter with you? Up. What are you, anti-Semite? You don't like the Jewish Elvis? And they were
my God.
They were like, come here. And
you took it there.
They took me to the bathroom with had the cardboard tipped over the window. I was like, what are we doing in here, guys?
Damn.
And dude put on some gloves like that. He said, get on your knees. I said, look here, man. I don't know what you and your daddy do in the bathroom, but I'm not into that shit.
That ain't my bag, man. See? Dude.
And he proceeded to karate chop me on the side of the neck. And I was like, that's all you got? My grandmom hits harder than that. She's dead.
Come on, man. I'm the fucking king. You going to do some karate chop on me, man? Come on.
That's actually a true story.
I got beat. If we're doing that, I mean, I got kneed in the head by a Metro-Dade officer. No, actually, it was a West Palm Beach officer because I went to go see Tool at Ozfest '98. And right when they did Hooker with a Penis, fuck you, buddy. 50,000 people raged that stage, and I dove headfirst into a cop's knee, and that guy dragged me the fuck out. And he said, get the fuck out of here. You're never welcome here again. I walked out, came right the fuck back in. I was like,
well, yeah, you paid your money. That's your
shit. Fuck you, buddy.
So it's so much better diving headfirst into his knee than going headfirst into his dick.
Yeah. I thought it was his knee.
It's a blessing.
I mean,
unless it was a really kind of like a bowling ballish. Maybe he was hard as shit, like just holding back 50,000 kids.
You know, honestly, I've always been better at talking than I have at fighting. So I've been like this close to getting beat up a couple times, but I talked my way out of it because, the tongue is mightier than the sword sometimes.
But did anybody ever want to beat you up because you had a quick mouth?
Absolutely.
I mean that in the cleanest way
I'm willing
possible.
to say yes for him. I think he pushes people's envelopes with truth a lot that they don't like it.
Well, I would say this is a rough estimate. Like 100% of the times, that's the case. Yeah. So,
I ain't no mathematician, but like
I'm not a mathematician, but it's,
that ratio is pretty hardcore, bro.
I have talked my one time. I couldn't talk my way. This guy, he just wanted to fight. I was outside.
Yeah, some guys are just looking for a fucking fight, right? Yeah.
Of course, nothing you can do.
We've got two messages sitting here.
Oh, sure. They're more I'm going to hit him
to say. No, hold on. Wait, hold on. Elvis, finish that point.
Oh, sorry.
Right after this one.
Hey, we don't do this for the listeners. We do it for us.
Damn right.
Just kidding. No, I was outside of a bar in Memphis, right there. It was called the Flying Saucer. It's a kind of a crazy drafting for them. They got like 150 different beers on tap. And
love that.
I went outside, and I'm standing there, and there's two young ladies in there smoking cigarettes, talking. So I, of course, I've had a few. I'm talking to them, and then their boyfriends come out. They look like, one guy's name was Chet, and one guy's name was Chad. Those two guys with the t-shirts with the top down.
Giga Chad, yeah.
And the guy goes, "Hey man, that's my girl." I was like, "Well, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to her."
Why don't you turn the phone around?
And he said, "Well, that's my buddy's girl." I said, "Well, you're that protective of your women. You can't allow them to have a conversation with a guy who's much smaller than you. What's that say about you, there, Chad?" And the guy wasn't having it. He wasn't having it. The security guard was standing right there. And I said, hey, man, are you ready for it? He was like, what are you talking about, bro? I was like, are you ready for it? He's like, what's this guy's deal, yo? Like, for real, man. I said, all right, here it comes. 3, 2, 1. And I push kicked that son of a bitch so hard in the chest. He didn't move as far as I did.
What's a push kick?
A push kick is when it's kind of like a side kick modified with a front kick, and then you get your leg up and you hit him with the heel right in the chest.
Like Johnny Cage?
Yeah, you push him as hard as you can with your leg. But I kicked that son of a bitch. He had a footprint on his chest. And I said, whoa. And I turned around and I ran.
Good.
I ran as fast as I could.
Good.
But you know what?
I ran all the way home.
I did not spill a drop. I had a frozen drink in my hand. And I did
not
spill
a
drop. I ran all the way to my condo on 2nd Street.
That's the best part.
And I hit the code button to let myself in. I was like, oh, shit. And I got in there and I stood inside drinking my thing. I was like, whew, that was close. And I went up to
with your 8 deadbolts.
Yeah, I went up to my condo and was looking out the window. Like, you looking for somebody? Oh, he went that way.
I don't know, man. I'm Elvis. I don't know who you're looking for, man.
Yeah.
I'm somebody else.
So that's actually a true story, too. To that young lady, I'm sorry that you were going to...
So you know what I'm going to do for next week? I'm gonna put a little sound thing on here so we just know when messages drop in, because it's hard for me to drop in and I see them coming through and you guys have got no idea. But all right, here we go. We got one from Worm first.
Worm million.
Worm million.
1 in a million.
Look, either Chris Rock really knows how to take a slap, or Will Smith is his pimp hand isn't very strong. Do we have any other angles of this slap heard around the world? This bitch slap heard around the world. Yeah,
I believe that was a
starting to wonder about this.
Yeah, I got 2 takes. Slap.
I think Chris Rock's got a chin on him. That's what, in my opinion. And now we've got a message from Legends.
I don't know. You see Wells
Chickadee, check yourself before Shotgun Candy wrecks yourself. What's up, guys? It's your boy Legends stopping in. And what's good, AC? Elvis, who's a little east of AC. And Rocstedi. What's up, guys? It's Sunday morning, it's Sunday afternoon, wherever you are. Tell everybody. I am Legends. I'll be listening.
Thanks, man. Thank you for the messages. That works. Seems to work fine.
Love that guy.
It's good.
Always supporting, man. This guy's and a talented musician. If you guys don't follow Legends, do yourself a favor. Follow him on not only here, but on IG. He does a lot of IG lives. And I mean, he'll sing you a song. He just stops and he's like, hey, what are you guys doing? You want to hear a song I wrote? And it's fucking brilliant. So follow him.
And you might want to fight him at the end of it.
Good-hearted dude, too.
And you fight him. Fight me for a fucking song, boyo.
So what about yourself, AC? Have you been into a fisticuff yourself?
Well, let's really quick talk about Worm, because we left Worm. He asked if we had any takes on Will Smith. What did you think about anything there, Rock? I think Chris Rock's got a chin. That's what I thought. Oh, okay, got you. I wanted to respond to that then. So number one, I think it's sorry, it's going to be a downer, but it's really important that we don't let that become a habit, because if we start slapping comedians, everyone here, everything you love is going to go down the drain, because that's going to normalize. And then, I mean, imagine the things I've said in 7 1/4 podcasts on this app. If I had to worry about everything I said, knowing I had to put that in, it's obviously in jest, you know what I mean? So anything, you're comedians. Come on. If we lose that, we lose everything. If Louis C.K. stops doing dead baby jokes, we're in trouble.
It
would end up turning shotgun candy into water pistol vegetables. That's what it ended up being.
Water pistol vegetables.
Nobody wants that. That's terrible.
Nobody does.
I wouldn't watch that show. That's terrible.
Eggplant avocado.
No, I have a
It doesn't have the same ring.
I have a totally different take on that one.
I also think it's fake. By the way, sorry, I also think it's fake.
Here you go. What's Jada Smith? He was like, this goes right along with ancient dueling and things like that.
Yeah,
Jada Smith supposedly suffers from alopecia, right?
Right.
Well, Pfizer just released their new alopecia medication, and they also sponsored the Oscars. So just put those two together, come up with whatever you want. Always follow the money. That's when you will find the truth.
I was on with.
We do this for free, so there's a
really quick.
We're not selling anything.
I was on with Stephanie Jansen on Monday, kind of freshly when this happened, and she let me up on the stage, and everyone had their takes. And I told her, I'm like, I'm about to drop a bomb. I don't think anybody has this take. The Oscars are failing. They've been failing for years. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. I can prove it to you. 2021 and 22 have the lowest output of any ratings ever of that show. So much so it's almost like beyond saving, right? Because I'm just going to put it plainly, beyond saving. It's beyond saving. Right. You know, and a lot of these companies put a lot of money into it, and not, you know, hey, companies are great. What I'm saying is nobody wants to watch a show about millionaires getting a golden trophy.
Yeah, giving themselves a pat on the back, like, hey, look how good we did.
And it's so funny that it moved from to the Dolby Theater in LA, where the walkway is absolutely open and clear. That's the first year that you didn't have to go around and up those stairs and make it really cumbersome for people to come get the award. You can just walk right up. So crazy. I mean, that was one of the fakest slaps I've ever seen. I've never seen first of all, a grown man doesn't walk up and slap somebody and then turn around. That doesn't happen. Turn around and like walk back like.
Well, guess what? Guess what was trending the next day on YouTube and Google searches and everything
around the whole world? It was on our news.
It was up,
everything like that.
Exactly.
Immediately up 54%.
What else happened that day? What else happened that day?
Hold on, but it's up 54% immediately after the slap, and in the demographic up 68%. So those are hard numbers. Like, that's literally manipulating. Why? Maybe some guy gets an award and then retires, and then he's kind of like a weirdo, like Bill Cosby, you know. And then,
dude, I grew up with my bedroom,
you know what I mean?
facing the bar. I used to see that every night at 2:00 in the morning.
Right.
There's nothing new. I mean, come on, people are stupid.
Exactly. But anyway,
yeah.
But I still think it was real. I don't think that was fake.
You know, it's not real.
I think, in my opinion,
because Will Smith's not in jail.
I think
because if Rocstedi went,
I think that looking at the body language.
I don't know, man.
No, but I think looking at the body language, Will Smith laughed. If it was staged, it was meant to be on. I think there would have been a different reaction. I think that Chris Rock's reaction.
It looks that clip, that like one like picture that everybody sees is so perfect. It looks like an anime. It looks like somebody drew that in a cartoon.
I don't think he even thought it was going to happen. Because he goes, uh-oh, like he thought it was going to be some sort of gimmick or something coming up, and then. But I do think that
you said anime.
The only reason that Will Smith would turn around and walk off is because. He wouldn't think that he would react. And the reason he was able to walk up on stage is because no one thinks it's going to break out. So I don't think it was staged. I think it was just a silly move, and so be it. But it definitely got the ratings for them. That's my opinion anyway.
Also,
you know how next time Chris Rock really got slapped because he had the fresh palm prints on his face.
The fresh prints. Yeah. But next time, homie, like actually, like eat your vegetables and make a fist next time you want to hurt a man. You know what I mean? And let's go. Like, you're going to disrespect me like that. If you're willing to throw away your career, I think I might be too, because I got time today. And I will fucking, you know what I'm saying? You do that in front of so many people.
He's a little upset because they did the rebranding of Fresh Prince. Now it's all like 90210, but for
it was called Bel Air. Horrible.
West Philly people, yeah.
Anyway,
so you know what? If you slap a guy like that in West Philadelphia, where he was born and raised on the playground, where he spent
most of his days
chilling out, he would get his ass beat. Maybe that's why he had to move out there to the left coast. No offense.
And Uncle Phil's dead, so you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, enough.
Anyway, yeah.
Ridiculousness. Let's get back into the silly shit.
That's our take, Worm. I hope you agree or not. So take that and run with it. Lots of stuff out there, but honestly, I think I might be done talking about it.
Yeah, me also. So we got a message from Legends. Yeah, I'm going to hit that.
I mean, as far as fighting goes, I grew up in the 80s in the Boston area, so you had to be able to fight a little bit and get ready for the bullies because they was coming.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
But the problem with fighting today in any street fight is this, weapons get escalated quick. I wish there was some way to have a fair system so people could fight, because I think we could settle a lot more of societal issues if people were able to just slap each other or fight fairly.
Right.
So
yeah, but everybody's
that's the problem,
get hurt, man.
How do you get a fair fight?
That's what everybody's got. Everybody's got to take out the motherfucking.
Not that I'm advocating violence. I'm saying that if we did it in a contained, controlled environment, it would be much better. Great show, guys. See you.
Like on stage at the Oscars.
Thanks, brother.
No, you know what's funny about that is there is rules to fighting. like legal rules on the books that you can fight. Equal combat rules. But the problem is people escalate it. They get their feelings hurt, and nobody knows how to lose anymore. That's the problem with everybody.
That's right.
If you know how to lose, you go, you know what? That guy bested me. Good on you. Let me buy you a beer. That's like old school stuff.
The guy who cracked you over the face with a fucking brick, you get up and you shake that guy's hand.
He wins.
Okay.
Well, not with
you win. Sir, you won fair and square. I'm going to go, reattach my face.
The kid who grew up getting a trophy just for showing up in a pizza party, even when they lost, because nobody keeps score, he gets his feelings hurt and he goes home and gets his buddies or gets a rake or a gun or whatever like that.
Losers don't deserve pizza.
Learn how to lose.
I've said it.
If you know how to lose, that teaches you a better way to win.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a mistake what I did last time. Let me better myself.
Yeah. Let me show up to practice. Let me get my batting average up. Let me fucking throw one more touchdown and maybe I can get this fucking pizza.
Yeah. The gold medal winners, that's not their first race or their first match or whatever. They train their whole lives to get there. And then
Ask Daz.
Yeah, exactly.
How many races did Daz have to go through to figure out he even liked it for one, and then to become competitive? I mean, it's another level. So
for me to beat Daz, I'd have to rent a car.
A 4x4.
Yeah, I'd have to get a helicopter lift to the end of the race. Well, like $5,000. What the hell? Jeez. No thanks.
So what did you come up with? Arm wrestling was one thing I sort of I wanted to find out. I didn't do any research into the arm wrestling part of it.
Arm wrestling.
Yeah. So
is that a part you wanted to start on?
Sure, I can start from the little one. Sure. So arm wrestling's cool because it's kind of like when I was a kid, it was one of like the last like manly things you can kind of do, and it was like feats of strength, like something you can prove against like, hey, somebody else. And I remember just doing that, like, come on, and knowing I had no chance. But I mean, obviously there's total levels to the shit, just like everything we talk about. There's levels. There's the actual federation of these people that they do controlled arm wrestling things. They actually have a bar where they hold on to like that. Yeah. And, I think it was super glamorized, especially people our age, because we talked about it in the green room. One of the best movies ever put to celluloid was
Over the Top, man.
Over the Top. Sylvester Stallone, man.
When he turns that hat backwards, that's like the power switch.
Oh my God. What? That was the coolest shit I had ever seen, dude.
He goes like thumb, and there you go. Now you're done. That's it.
Over the top.
Over with, man.
Over the top, and he just like the crooked thing right here, and the fucking hat, bro. He stared you down.
It's funny. I have a friend who he was in a band, and all the bands would leave from LA and they start driving east in their buses, and there's like this certain truck stop where a lot of guys would stop, and my friend stopped, and he went in, and Zakk Wylde, the guitar player for Ozzy, went on for Black Label Society, whatever. He was in there, and they were looking at DVDs. This was back in the 90s when DVDs were still a thing. They were looking at the DVD shelf, and my buddy picks up that Over the Top DVD, and he shows it to Zakk Wylde. He's like, "This is one of the greatest movies ever made." and Zakk Wylde looked at him and he goes, "That's the dumbest shit I've ever fucking seen." And he walked
Really?
out.
Really?
He bought the DVD, of course. It's like, this is the one that Zakk Wylde hates.
I mean, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
See, I seen that movie a long time ago. I can barely remember. The only really specific thing I remember is him turning his head backwards.
It's really dumb.
It's not, but I want to watch it now. Like in the same, I don't know. I think it would still hype me up in the same way because that thing was awesome.
It's funny. There's just don't look up. No, never mind.
Yeah, he drives a big rig. For those who haven't seen it, he drives a big rig, dude. He's like he's with his son. Right,
Hawk. His name is
Hawk, dude. What's his last name? Like Hawk, like Stone or something? Like the fucking sickest name ever.
His name was Hawk. That was his name.
Hawk.
I believe that was his name.
Hawk.
Because at the end, when he won the arm wrestling championship, he was like,
"That's right." He's like, his mouth was so crooked in that one, dude. It was amazing.
Well, cocaine's a hell of a drug. It's like he had his own drool guy on the set of that one. It's like, somebody go tab off his mouth again, will you? Slice
Put some peanut butter on it.
No, you remember the best insult with that kid? He was like, going with that kid. He goes, "Your breath stinks."
Your breath stinks.
No, the kid, when he had the kid to arm wrestle. But funny,
really?
Yeah, he made his son.
I think it's funnier. I think it's funnier when
kid, and he taught him the over the top thumb thing. But it's funny. My dad, he's got a little sister, right? And she was like freakishly strong. She was like bowling, and she got like banners in the bowling alley, like perfect game, 300, whatever.
Wow.
And when he was in his 20s, she was underage, but he'd take her to the bar to arm wrestle dudes, and she'd beat him.
Wow.
And he used to come home with a bunch of scratch, man.
For money, yeah.
Yeah, pimping on his.
I would imagine that right after it's like, did you fucking hustle me?
Yeah, he would do that. And
I'm going to go to my car.
When I was a little kid, he would I saw my dad's little sister beat him in arm wrestling on our coffee table in the living room. I was like, wow, she's strong.
Dude,
then she would let me arm wrestle her, and she would let me win. And I thought I was like, yeah, come on. Let's do it. I
She's
didn't
not
even
even
go over
trying.
the top. Yeah. Didn't even
It's
go over the top.
actually a Native American game, by the way, the arm wrestling. It's called Indian wrestling originally, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Rock, do we have a message?
Yeah, we have a couple messages.
Bring them. I hope stories, I hope.
Worms he's responded previously saying, yes, sir, I have had my fill of Mr. and Mrs. Smith and Rock. Thank you, boys. We've got Legends who's got a couple here.
What's funny, AC, is you make a great point about how the Oscars were failing. But you know what's interesting about these particular Oscars is look how many stars were there. The place was packed to the brim with stars. It really was. So your theory on maybe it was a ratings play, that looks really more promising as the days go on. So great point.
Thank you. What makes it unrealistic is that someone's throwing their career away. It's like a 30-year career. So that's a little bit lopsided. But like I'm trying to reconcile that. Like how
did he really throw it away, or did what was that last movie he did with he's a superhero, the drunk superhero?
He resigned from the cat. Well, yeah, that one and a whole bunch of other ones. But he resigned from the Academy, and the only 3 other people that resigned: Harvey Weinstein.
Oh no, such a loss. The Fresh
Bill
Prince.
Cosby, and but I mean, to his shallow world.
Name me 3 movies you've seen of his that you were like, wow, that was great.
I, Robot, I Am Legend. Not great. I mean, define great. There's different. I mean, it's watchable.
Exactly, but so is the fish tank at the local pet store. Just saying.
That is watchable. It's highly watchable. Actually.
Very
we got
watchable.
another message from Legends here.
Bring it, Rock. What's up?
Hey, not for nothing, Elvis, but you just said everything right there. People do not know how to lose anymore.
Right.
Quick little story. Years ago, I was coaching my daughter in basketball, and they were having a shootout at the end of the season. They waited to the last 3 kids. My daughter was one of the last 3. Problem was they only had 2 trophies. Guess who came in 3rd place? Yep, my daughter. Guess who cried? Yep, my daughter. Wow. Guess who also got a medal and stood up and walked out of that place with pride and with her head held high because they messed up, not her. Right. But that taught her a valuable lesson. Yeah. Like, no one is celebrating your successes except for you.
That's right.
So you have to, right? And we have to know how to lose. Elvis, great point.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go. See, that's a good dad right there. You got to teach your kids to lose. Let them touch the hot stove. Let them go out in the real world and get slapped and come back and go, wow, I should have listened to you. What were those stories you told me again?
Hey, Dad, do you know if you go out there, you get slapped?
Exactly.
That's like, yeah.
You know the world doesn't give a shit about me when I go outside. Did you know that, Dad? Yep. I've known that for 40 plus years.
Yeah, man.
Even before you were born, I knew that. Yeah.
That's true.
So
also, just before I get, we've got a text that came in from Jeff, who's in the listeners, that said, great topic. So thank you very much, Jeff. Thanks for chiming in the listeners.
Thank you.
So to continue back at you, boys.
You know what's funny about I did some research and I wrote down some dates about the history of dueling. This is over defending your woman's honor and things like that, just like we were talking about at the fake Oscars there.
Pretty much the origin of street fighting, pretty much like,
Pretty much.
So go right into that, because the way I only ever envisioned dueling is that, from what we see of the cartoons, I challenge you to a duel, they take off the glove and they backslap him in the face. Like, what happens?
Sir, you have sullied my honor.
It was kind of like that, actually. What was that one where the guy took off the metal glove and smacked the guy? Was that Bugs Bunny?
Oh yeah, but it's always like a Southern dandy or like you know what I mean? It seems like it's so much more prevalent in the South in that time than it was in the North.
You know why the Southern dandy, the kind of sissy kind of guy that wanted to do the duels, because it was.
I didn't say that.
It was I did.
I agree, but I agree. Oh, he's not sissy, is he?
It was like reserved for like the elites back in the day. They didn't want common folks doing it.
Of course.
And there was a lot of rules, but this is in 1547, a guy named French name, Guy de Charbot.
Gerard Depardieu.
Guy de Charbot de Jarnac. Yeah.
Yes.
He was sounds legit.
He got accused of sleeping with his stepmother.
Oh, God.
And he found out the dude that passed the rumor around. His name was Francois de Vivonne.
Ooh, they be bon.
Then de la Chateau, some kind of long ass French name.
I love that.
But yeah, so he to defend his honor and prove that to his dad that, hey, Dad, I'm not sleeping with Mom or your wife. He challenged the guy to a duel, and he killed him. But that was a guy named Henry II. He was like the king at the time. His father was the king before. He didn't like the duels, but this guy did. He was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Do her here in the court. I love this." So he was like the first fight promoter, kind of. You imagine that,
right? Damn.
Henry II in France. Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, let's put posters up. We'll have a trash talking session."
I challenge you to the show.
But of course, in the 1500s, they fought with swords. So they had the guy that the one guy. Oh, this is a different one. A lot of this happened in France. A lot of these.
So
this guy named Dejarnac, he was a guy who he challenged a guy to a duel, but then he went and learned how to sword fight in Italy or something like that.
Nice.
So he had this secret move. He pulled out the secret move at the end, like he did like up down BA and
the 5-finger death punch.
Hadouken the guy,
make his heart explode. So
he learned this secret move, and he like cut the guy open. He mortally wounded him or whatever with his rapier.
Sick.
And they actually have a term in France still to this day, the coup de Jarnac. It's like when you pull a surprise move on a dude, like, oh, that's the coup de Jarnac. Yeah,
le coup de Jarnac.
So when we go, gotcha, exactly. They go, coup de Jarnac.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Le coup de Jarnac.
But after that guy died,
my goodness.
That is not Bond.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a couple of coup de Jarnacs on, like Caitlyn Jenner and Will Smith right now.
Coup de Jarnacs.
Yeah, it's like surprise move.
Slap.
Still got my thing.
In Europe, the duels were kind of also like trial by combat, right? So it was almost like what they talked about, like Game of Thrones.
Well, they had judicial duels, which would be like if you go to court and do it like officially and stuff like that, and they sanctioned it. But then they made it illegal. But the 16th and 17th century duels got personal. They allowed you to do it, but not like sanctioned by the government or whatever. So they got personal with, like, if you wronged me or whatever. There was a couple things that you could do it for. It was like verbal insults.
Chicks. Got to be chicks in there.
Women. It's like
thank you.
Yeah.
Always.
If like you seduce somebody's wife or daughter or sister or whatever, you could. It's basically for gambling, insults, and then virtue.
Adultery.
You owe me money. You call me motherfucker. Don't touch my wife and daughter.
But the funny thing about the Irish, the Irish, they even know the Irish, right? So they had rules for dueling. No at night, and you couldn't be drunk. I was like, well, that rules out all the fighting in Ireland, right?
What the fuck is going on? I'm ready to fucking fight, boyo. It's always nighttime for me. It's always fucking nighttime, and I'm fucking always pissed drunk. Let's fucking go.
Well, a couple of notable people, like Abe Lincoln was said to have dueled. And then there's...
but when you're saying dueled, right, you're talking like...
pistols at dawn, right?
Yeah, pistols at dawn. Like, so they're lining up opposite each other, pulling a gun to shoot each other. But you've mentioned sword fight. The duel is just a one-on-one fight. Is that what it?
It was a one-on-one. There was rules back in the day, like a nobleman couldn't fight like a common villager guy because obviously he's had the money to have training and things like that.
Plus, what if the commoner wins?
Exactly.
Yes, well, he becomes a noble.
Well, hey, man, he said the God made man equal, Sam Colt, or God made man, Sam Colt made him equal, right? Because it knows no ability, a weapon. So
exactly,
they did make it illegal eventually because the common people were like, you know what, I don't like what this guy's saying. I'm going to duel him, and they would lose sometimes. But
I'm going to train my mind and body to motherfucking use this blade to kill you.
But there was like equal combat rules. Like, you couldn't go take a gun to a sword fight. You had to have, a lot of times it evolved into like pistols. And then if you missed a guy, you go kill him with a sword. A lot of guys got run through with a sword after they were a bad shot, but shooting a lead ball out of a damn iron pipe gun, man, there's not a lot of
a Derringer bullet. Yeah. But is it also true that they get to choose like, hey, I want to duel you. I hate you. You've dishonored me. What do you want to do? I'll see you tomorrow at dawn. Do you want to do pistols? Do you want to do like napkins or like slingshots?
That was like after after the government the judicial dueling was banned, and because people were dying, and if you did get caught dueling and you killed a guy, and it wasn't for like the right purposes, you could get tried for murder or manslaughter. Things like
Let me
that.
try to like re-identify what the judicial thing is. Does that mean that the government is overseeing this, like to make sure
Pretty
it's
much
regulated?
You would take your beef to the courts, and they would go, "Okay, this is a dueling matter. Go for it."
Fight!
And then you'd fight. But
To the dueling yard.
after it became illegal, exactly. Yeah, they would do it, and if you got caught cheating or whatever, it's just like government. They make so many damn rules for like, I'm going to kick that guy's ass. They're like, wait, we got to
Hold
do
on.
it exactly correct.
You can't dismember him in the middle of the street, sir. I know you have a.
They took the fun out of it. So eventually, after the judicial things got illegal, they wouldn't press charges on people. The common people would go do it way outside of the city. They'd go in the woods and fight because it was the way they settled their beefs. But
Well, that's how Bugs Bunny did it. He went to the woods,
Exactly.
like kind of near a lake. I remember.
The Yosemite Sam.
Yeah,
Be-
10 paces at dawn.
well, that's
We have
that's
a
the way it
message
was.
coming, boys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Hit
just
it.
going to let you know a message comes in, and then you can let me know when you want.
Oh, you
me
can
to play.
go.
Oh, do it now. Do it
because
now.
I don't want to cut anyone off here. That's the thing. So,
That's all
But I
right.
desperately want to hear from the audience.
I don't want to
well,
cut anything
I desperately want to hear from this man. It's Paul Vader. He's usually got something
Vader, let's go.
extremely clever and intelligent to say. So let's hear what he's got to say.
Mr. Paul Votto.
Hey, it's crazy that it was so disrespectful to say something like that back then. You slept with your stepmom or whatnot. Because recently I've been watching a lot of documentaries or mini docs,
Pornhub.
and it just seems that everyone is sleeping with their step relatives. Guys sleeping with their stepsisters or with their stepmoms,
Brady
or girls sleeping with their stepdads.
Oh yeah.
And whatnot. So it's amazing that would be a thing back then. They also seem to sleep a lot with some of the relatives that get like stuck like in a dryer, for example, or underneath a coffee table, which you wouldn't think that so many people would be getting stuck in these precarious positions that leaves their their behinds exposed for their step siblings to take advantage of. Just my take.
My God, you're very measured this morning. Very, very measured.
Paul just spoke volumes.
I didn't realize. So they're getting stuck in positions where they're exposed and they're just getting like little raped by their like little step.
I think Paul's watching a lot of Japanese cartoons. I think.
Are you talking about face down, ass up?
He's talking-
Just talking about.
I think you are.
Anything. Oh,
you
my
are.
head's stuck in the door.
Oh,
yeah,
under
it's
this
just-
bed. Oh my gosh, I was getting the present for Christmas and I can't pull it out. It's a Nordic track.
Whoops! My pants fell down.
Oh, my pants fell down. My open vagina is there for the seizing. Who's filming it? On top of so is the person that's filming it not going to be able to help this trapped woman?
He said he watched documentaries. I don't think
see
he watched
Joey-
reenactments or anything.
I have a lot of questions.
I don't have
Christ.
answers for you.
Joey, but you've left a message. But leave a message on the link on the fortune cookie. If you're listening here live on Fireside, then you get the chance to chime in and leave a voice message for us to play. Here
Make
on the
sure to
show.
go to
So
Shotgun
if you're across
Candy.
any other platforms. Yes, find Shotgun Candy. Find us here on Fireside, and this is the place to be. All right, but Joey Butchie, if you want to leave that message on the link here, which goes to Shotgun Candy's Instagram, that's how we'll take that message because I'm not sure
I did write down a cool,
what that is on my best one.
a cool thing about this. Just this, what this guy said. The words back in the day were great. There's a guy in 1668. His name was Francis Talbot. He was the Earl of Shrewsbury, and then another guy, George Villiers. He was the Duke of Buckingham, and they had a duel because the one guy was sleeping with the other guy's wife.
Damn it.
Villiers was sleeping with Talbot's wife. They were both married, and he said after the duel, Villiers killed Talbot, right? The Duke of Shrewsbury or Buckingham. He killed him, and he said he installed the widow of his own creation into his father's house.
Oof.
That's badass, man.
That's pretty
So
fucking badass. I kind of want to get that
So-
right here.
I know he killed the guy, right? And then he moved his wife in with him, and he kicked his ex-old lady out to live with her dad. That's pretty
With
funny.
tangled webs we weave. I mean, come on. It's called an upgrade. It's just called an upgrade.
Installed the widow of his own creations.
You've installed the widow of your own creation, son.
Yeah.
It's a matter of time.
That's like some D. Ramone shit, man. That's like execute my killer. That's like a suicide, you know?
I've installed the widow of my own creation. Hi, Mom. I love you. This is my new tattoo. So that's dark and gruesome. Say,
don't be sleeping with another guy's wife. But the worst part is the guy that did the cheating. He won. So just be careful, guys. It's not worth it.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing with fighting, with trial by combat. Sometimes
a reason why she was sleeping with the other guy and not the guy that got his ass whooped. Just saying.
He was measured. He was more measured. But really, that's the thing with trial by combat, though. On a serious note, like it could happen that the unjust, like the murderer, can win. If you guys seen Game of Thrones,
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why they had rules.
Newsflash: the mountain kills the Red Viper.
If the guys were considered equal, they could do this. You know, that would be like, it would be okay by the government. They'd be like, okay, if you guys want to settle it that way, go for it. Can't you just talk it out? And they're like,
but to the death. We should have an arena. We should have a gladiatorial arena where people go like
an octagon and have a badass announcer do it.
I call it a roctagon. Yeah, dude, what? And just fireworks and fucking chicks in like leather fucking bikinis come out. And the stage comes down from like a fucking blimp, and it's just two guys just fucking.
Then you get your head stuck in a dryer.
Ever get your hair? It's commercials for that. Ever get your hair stuck in a dryer?
We've got a message come through. We've got one from Joey Butts. While we're talking about head stuck in dryers.
Again? Why couldn't you just play it for me? Make me look like a jerk? Anyway. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I was tournament went a little late. Yeah, I just won the street fighting tournament.
Making me look like a jerk.
Back Bully Street 22. Again, I'm not it wasn't so bad, you know. The competition's getting, you know what I mean? Because, like, you know, it's been a part of my life for so long and throughout my family. Street fighting game is just not really, that's why I moved on, you know. Make an appearance here and there. It's like everybody thinks I got to sign on autograph, though. Like, come on, guys. Anyway, good to hear this topic. Good to hear from you guys. Good to see your beards and your sunglasses. Joey Butts checking in.
That reminds me.
I have to knocking the piss out of everybody under the sun here on a Sunday afternoon.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks, Joey.
So I think he's talking about Street Fighter the game. I don't know if he's talking about actual street fighting.
I think so. Just be the Russian
Street Fighter
guy.
2.
Just be a Russian guy. Do that
Zangief.
slide. Yeah, do the slide kick the whole time. You're good.
That's true. Well, I mean, when you do that shit, the fucking the hurricane kick.
Oh yeah, the thousand hand slap guy was pretty damn good too. That big
E Honda with the man, he was the best. He was in a bathhouse, guys.
Flying headbutt was great.
Always intrigued by the fact he was in a bathhouse.
Yeah.
By the way,
Rocstedi
glasses.
might not have been a nerd in the '80s like us, but yeah, everybody moved on from Street Fighter to Mortal Kombat eventually.
Glasses? You got your glasses on too. Look at that.
Look at that. What, do they light up? You got too much reflection in there.
I didn't want to.
Let me just put some glasses on my glasses. They were a little bit bright.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be left out, baby.
Well, that's cool. You look good with them.
Cool. I can't read anything now. I'm just saying.
The more you cover up your face, the better you look. I'm just saying.
I know. More of this. I need a hat over the earphones.
That's an insult. We could duel over that.
A burqa could be cool right now.
It's 1500s. But so I didn't get much further into the history of that because it just goes on and on about guys killing guys over women or over insults and things like that.
Yeah.
But you know, I probably would have been dead.
I wonder if it did happen though, where someone took out a napkin, and how often that happened, where it was literally like, you have to scrape the napkin on their face and be like, "I, sir, I feign to duel you. Come with me."
I think if somebody did that,
the whole duel thing with the glove.
Yeah, that
was the glove just to antagonize them to the duel.
Well, everybody was wearing gloves, so it's cool to do this with the fingers and then go.
I don't know that was actually a real thing. I think that's a Hollywood thing. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't find anything about slapping somebody with a glove. You actually had to like go and say, "I want to fight this guy because of this reason," and then they would let you do it. But I mean, if somebody does slap you with a glove, I'm going to punch you right in the jaw. I mean, come slap me with a glove. You're going down right there. There's going to be no duel happening.
I'm going to shoot, choke them
But
out.
remember, there was
taps.
there was
Exactly.
more decorum. There was there was a lot. So you couldn't just go, hey now. And just fucking bop them because that's what you want to do. But then again, you have to go through these societal things of like, well, I'm so mad, but I'll see you at 6 a.m.
See, that's the trouble. They used to wear like 20 layers of clothes. They're like, let me take off my jacket and then my waistcoat and then take off my pantaloons and
my riding
hold
crop.
on a minute. Let me get my crown off. That's why rednecks down south just wear a tank top because they're ready to fight all the time.
Well,
Slow
or
down.
my
You can
favorite,
rip it off, it don't even make a difference.
the Oshkosh Bagosh like fucking overalls with no shirt underneath. That's the classic look.
It's like Jerry the King Lawler. You take that one strap down. Look out, buddy. It's on.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
All right.
Jerry Lawler takes that strap down. That's like dude turning his hat backwards. It's like that's the power switch, baby. You know that elbow coming. Sorry, I'm getting into some wrestling there.
Yeah, we are. Hey, speaking of street fighting, let's not go too far. What do you guys think
No,
Bruce
I'm not
Lee
going
would have looked like?
outside. Boy.
What do you think Bruce Lee would have looked like actually doing a street fight? Like,
I think he
like,
would.
Question.
I mean,
I think he looked.
do you think he was as artistic, or do you think that?
I think he's an exception to be just as artistic as he is. Yes, I think he was so comfortable and practiced in how he moved that I don't think he'd be any different. I mean, he would practice this hours and hours upon hours every day. I mean, that was his life. He lived and breathed it. I don't think so. Whereas compared to someone who learns martial arts, maybe karate or something like that, wouldn't maybe bust out into those moves as much as I think he naturally would.
Right.
I would, man. I'm highly trained. My body is a deadly weapon.
I know. There's certain countries you can't go to, right, King?
Exactly. This is a weapon. This is a weapon. This one's not registered, but this one is. Look out.
Look out.
Because I'm right-handed.
Fucking karate, man. So, I mean, Bruce Lee had the Jeet Kune Do thing, right? So he made his own martial art, and he actually wrote the book, the Tao of Jeet Kune Do. So he took his own twist on, was it the
Well, he took what worked from everything. And,
right, the type of kung
integrated
fu he did, right, from Hong Kong.
Well, yeah, it was Wing Chun.
Wing Chun,
but
there it is.
He knew a lot of that shit didn't work. The funny thing
Right.
about Bruce Lee's high kicks, Wing Chun is all kicks below the waist because you don't want to lose your center of gravity. Chuck Norris convinced him to kick high. Imagine that.
Wow. I mean, if Chuck Norris tells me to kick high, I'm kicking high.
Well, he said to Bruce Lee was, all his low kicks. And he goes, "Why don't you kick high?" And he goes, he says, I forget what he said to him, but he was like, "Wouldn't you like to be able?
You're all exposed. If you're going kicking high, you're all exposed. Your midsection, your groin.
Well, I mean, if you're getting kicked in the face by Chuck Norris, I don't think you're worried about his groin. You're worried about that foot.
I'm always worried about Chuck Norris's groin. Always. Let me put that out there.
Exactly.
Who is she?
Chuck Norris? I don't know.
Yeah, that bitch. No, I'm just
some lady.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, we've got a message from Worm here. It's a quick message.
You guys, no discussion about street fighting would be complete without at least an honorable mention of Kimbo Slice.
We're getting there.
Exactly who I want to get to.
We're getting there.
We're getting to Mike Tyson, who must have had his fair share of street fights in his day. I didn't get to ask him that. I didn't want to get too personal. We had a kind of a superficial relationship, me and him, even though we worked together. But like,
did he shove your head in the dryer?
When he shook my hand, there's a picture on my Instagram where he has his hand in mine, and it's completely over it, like it almost touches his own hand, like he's engulfing it. I was afraid.
He's not that much. I mean, he's a muscly dude, but he's like 5'10", right? He's not a hugely fucking.
He's
massive
5'10", but he's 245. Like at his peak, he's 240. Like
so, he still had big hands and everything. Yeah.
I mean, he would dismember you. He would design a punch to make your liver bleed.
Well, he did. I mean, that dude was badass. But he was 5'10" in his peak. Now he's like 60, so he's probably like 5'7" or something.
I'm about 5'9" on a good day, and he's a little taller than I am. But he's just a massive person.
I think
even when I saw him
in the presence of a guy like that, man.
Yeah, tell me about it. Oh my God, that one of the people I was actually shocked. Like I've met Dan Marino and Emmett Smith and all like my heroes, and I was completely jaw dropped. But like this guy is different. These guys play ball. This guy's a killer. This guy gets in rings. He has a different mindset. This guy's out to fuck you up, like to make you lose memories of your mother. That's his job.
I saw, he was on
eat your kids,
Joe Rogan
too, by the way.
podcast,
Right.
talking about when he's, he'd been taking dimethyltryptamine and really visiting this like spiritual path. This is before he had his last big fight, not that long ago, with his like bounce back. But yeah, he was on there talking to Joe, and he's so soft when he speaks. There's an animal inside him, absolutely, but he almost couldn't believe the sort of person he was. He's like, I can't believe who I was there, Joe. I mean, who was that person? Like an animal, like all soft talking and shit.
Yeah.
Like holy
I was-
shit, man.
Yeah.
I was scared of who I was.
I can't believe I was that person.
He was.
He was going to cry.
He was the killer. I was the killer.
Doc, I broke my back.
He stopped
Spinal.
boxing because
My back is broken.
He
Back is
didn't like
broken.
that guy that he becomes when he boxes because
Right.
he turns into it. Like he's like that's like
It's almost a schizophrenic thing, right? Yeah, he just
He's-
steps into that zone.
He's
you gotta
honestly
get into it, man.
a fantastic person. He's a wonderful person, full of really positive things.
He's
And he's a
funny
family
podcast,
man,
too.
and I mean, honestly, like one of my heroes. I got to meet and work with one of my heroes.
You
But
see him
I don't think it's a psychosis. I think it's a switch that you had to have.
Not a psychosis, yeah. It's a switch you
What-
need to have to be a badass on that fucking day. That's
Well,
right.
because he came up in the
A
Brooklyn
mindset.
streets. He had a
like him.
rough
Yeah.
upbringing,
turning
so
that
he had
hat
a
backwards, man.
head on a swivel, man. Like he had to grow up way faster than most people. So like
Sure.
it's a switch that's innate, I think.
Well, he
That's
was
where-
knocking out grown men when he was like 13. He would
had to.
he would punch dudes. No, he didn't have to. He was robbing folks on the streets.
He
He'd
had
punch
to.
folks in the face. No, he didn't have to. He was robbing dudes on the streets.
I'm kidding.
But he would punch you and take your wallet and your watch and stuff like that. But he would just not imagine just walking down the street in New York like, oh wow, look at this, the Big Apple. Bam! Mike Tyson punches you. In the
13-year-old Mike Tyson would knock me the fuck out.
He would.
Well,
kill
I think
somebody.
was it him that was 13 boxing in the ring with 18-year-olds and winning?
Well, when he
something
was
like
like 14, he went to the Olympics, I believe, and he was.
Yeah, I think it was
kid out of grown
14,
men.
15. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, he was like he was.
There's a whole
sparring
show
with,
on
like-
this guy.
He's
There's
amazing.
a whole show on this guy. We should.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna do a show. It's definitely
We should do a show on Mike Tyson.
about Mike, and then also we're gonna do something that you guys talked about, which I'm really excited about. Is called fake martial arts, like why
Oh my god,
kung fu. And you ever see those people who like
I love that.
dim mock, where I go like this, and like the guy pretends to pass out
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I mean,
Hadouken!
there's a
It doesn't-
fucking.
Doesn't work in
tone.
real life, guys. Yeah.
There's so many good things about that, and talk about psychosis. That is
You'll be like,
brainwashery.
Hold on, guys. Let me harness my chi, and then you're getting punched in
Right.
the face. And you're like, you didn't give me time to prepare.
Yeah. So let's. Yeah. The thing is, I wasn't 45 degrees to the right. That's the only way I. Anyway,
I didn't
just to
have my
tease that.
tongue in the right position in my mouth.
That's the National
that-
Geographic. Yeah. Mhm.
I would love to
remember
punch that guy right in his balls.
I posted on our chat. I posted a great documentary about a guy who's actually a fighter that went into that, and
The Chinese guy?
Well, no, that's Wintermelon, right? That's the guy.
No, his name
whose
is
life-
Ji.
Yeah,
He's a,
but they call him Wintermelon, like to destroy his life. His credit score is like a piece of shit.
oh
like a
yeah,
social score.
They ruined that guy.
They doxed him
Yeah.
like to death, right? Just because he said like, "Look, dude, Wing Chun doesn't work," and
Oh, not because he
no,
said
but
it, because he went and beat the shit out of all them fake masters.
repeatedly, and these are people who think that fucking. And we'll stop it at this because I just want to wet the beak. But what is the park martial art? Tai Chi.
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi is not offensive, and people are like, "Oh, I'm Tai Chi master. I fuck you up." And he's like,
No,
"No,
you won't.
he's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. I'm gonna come MMA your ass." He's like, "I'm 65 years old." You know, you're
We'll
like,
see. Tai
this is
Chi
not boding well for
internal.
you.
Tai Chi is internal. It's a way for you
Right.
to beat your own mind and your body and
Sure.
continue healthy. I used to take Tai Chi and Mr. Kong Ree, he mixed Tai Chi and yoga later on
Nice.
in life. And it was yoga positions with Tai Chi movements in between to transition from movement to movement. It was actually pretty. It was
And then,
pretty fucking
what kind of
strenuous.
music did they have in the studio? More like an Enya, or like was that
No,
a?
he didn't have any music. He's Mr. Kong Ree is the guy that taught me karate in Memphis.
Gotcha. Because I've seen Taekwondo. Like, so a friend of mine. Let me back up. I have a brown belt in Okinawan Goju-Ryu. And
I had brown pants first time I got kicked in the stomach.
there you go. And the Karate Kid style of karate, that's what I took for a number of years with my stepdad and my stepbrother.
The Karate Kid style.
Yeah,
What?
what he's doing on top of that mountain, that's actually a kata that we did. So we actually do that.
That's why the
Yeah.
Okinawa thing comes into it. Yeah.
Exactly right. So
Yeah.
seeing Taekwondo, before that, I saw like my friend doing some, and he was like actually doing like "God Bless America" and like kicking at the beat of the music, like along like almost like a routine. So it kind of loses a little bit of its deadliness, I think, when you're doing "God Bless America" to
unless you're
flying.
Not if you're a commie.
Not if you're a goddamn commie.
I'm just saying.
Couple of messages, guys, around the place. So I'm trying to keep up with everyone here. First
Fight
of all,
stories.
we've got one on the screen here.
I know you people
Joey
follow
Butts.
people. Come on.
Okay, I got a question. Can I mute the damn talk and message the show so I don't have to close out the app like goddamn jackass? Come on, man. I fought all morning. No, Joey, you have to close out the app, unfortunately, to leave the message. But he has got a message here.
Just get a different device.
What you have to do, that's what I was going to say.
About it. When Customato saw Mike Tyson, I don't know, he saw him at the gym because the kid was like, because Mike Tyson was like in like, juvenile or something like that. He was in juvie. But he's like, I look at this kid who looks like he's been working out for his whole life, you know what I mean? But probably hasn't worked, you know what I mean? And he's like, asked him how old he is. He looks like he's 20. He's like, I'm 12. He goes, what? So took him in basically as his son. Him and, what's his name? Rooney. Like, that's the guy that was in his corner, was Customato.
Yeah.
But he's like, he was perfect for the style that I was been trying to perfect over the years. He was absolutely perfect in every way for that style.
Perfect
in the compactness. Yeah. 5-something, you figure, you got a tall guy with length and that can, keep a jab out there. That's an ideal fighting frame. But he was so explosive, dude. Yeah. And intimidating. He won most of those fights before he got in the ring.
I think it was the perfect style every boxing coach is looking for. Whoop the shit out of the first guy that looks at you wrong within 20 seconds.
Animalistic killer instinct that wants to see you and your whole family bleed.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Very simple. That instinct all came from fear. Apparently, he was like a fearful kid, street kid, right? And that he just harnessed that shit. We've got one more written message here from Daz Cowbell. He said he almost got into a fight with this guy. He was 6'4" and full of muscle.
I know where this is going.
He said, "Do you speak my language?" He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich.
Thanks, he said, "I come from London.
I come from London down under." There you go.
Women glow, men wonder.
I knew that.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? By the way, guys, I should let you know that I don't know if you know who Don Fry is, but Don Fry is going to be coming on my show.
There you go.
Very soon, probably the next couple of weeks or so. We're just organising it right now. Don Fry is like one of the original fucking old bangers that was getting into to the whole mixed martial arts scene. You might see him with that blonde haired Japanese guy where they got each other and just punching at the same time. Yeah. That's the guy, Don Fry.
I know that guy. I like Glenn Fry, but I'll give this guy a shot. I'm just kidding. There was a story about a duel about a guy from Memphis, and this guy named Clarence down in Mississippi he was sleeping with his wife. And he's like, come on, man, I'm going to go down to Mississippi and kick this guy Clarence's ass. And he's driving down there on Highway 61. And he all of a sudden cuts the car around, goes under this overpass and circles back and goes back to Memphis. He's like, I ain't going down there. He's like, what's up? He said, you see that sign on the overpass? It said Clarence, 11'6". I ain't fighting that dude.
6'6". I mean, that's another thing. So Evander Holyfield.
Oh, he's got it. Clearance, it said. Clearance, 11'6". Sorry.
Van Holyfield.
That would have killed if we had actual audience right here.
We actually do. Realize how delayed I wish the button was on point with like how fast you wanted to, because it sounds like you bombed.
You got to take it out of your pocket. You got to hold up, find the laugh, then press it.
He's like, oh my god, I'm on the heart. I want to press laugh. It loses its mustard. But so okay, let me ask you guys a question. So. If it was like Mike Tyson, Kimbo Slice, Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, who would you take in a street fight to win all street fights? And kind of, why? Like, how would they do it? Like,
it
who would you
speed?
In their prime, or because Bruce Lee's dead, so he would lose instantly.
Not the corpse of Bruce Lee fighting the corpse of Elvis. No, he's.
Oh, you're talking about the in their prime.
In their prime.
Mm-hmm. Man, I'm thinking Mike Tyson would whoop the shit out of all them dudes. Honestly, because
I don't know, man. He'd never catch Bruce Lee, dude. He'd never catch him.
If he hit, I mean, look, Bruce Lee weighed like 145 pounds. Mike Tyson weighed 100 pounds more than him. he could stand there and let Bruce Lee jump on him and then just punch him once.
But it's the age old.
He could knock you out accidentally if you're standing too close to him when he's brushing his teeth. I mean, think about it.
Sure.
That dude, he would punch a hole through Bruce Lee, I think.
Well, it's not about size. See, I think in some of the research
in that case it is. When the dude's fist is the size of your head,
I'll
and
give
he
you,
hits
I'll
you
give
once,
you the
you're
reasons
done.
why. Very first UFC number 1, the very, very first fight, there was a big sumo fighting guy, wrestler. I don't know if he was a wrestler, and a really skinny little dude. He wasn't even jiu-jitsu or anything like that. They're both in the ring, and the other dude ran circles around him, man, that when he got the big sumo dropped to his knee, front kicked him in the face. The guy's tooth spat across the fucking cage, and it was just no one could believe like what the fuck happened. They're just like, whoa.
But you think Bruce Lee could tire out Mike Tyson? I mean, in his prime, you're talking about like 20-year-old Mike Tyson versus like 25-year-old Bruce Lee or whatever he was.
I think with a big body like that will gas out a lot faster than a small body like Bruce Lee. But the thing is that
I don't think he would chase him.
Well, you got guys like the Gracies, right? The Gracie family. So, like with jiu-jitsu, the Hoist Gracie in the first UFCs, he came in and all they did was they introduced jiu-jitsu to America, man. They took on everyone. They were like they purposely got the smallest, most vulnerable brother in there who wiped the fucking floor with them all and gave jiu-jitsu the name that it is. And it's one of the staple martial arts in mixed martial arts today because of it. And there's nothing better, man. There's nothing better than jiu-jitsu. And you can be a skinny little guy that wraps around someone like an anaconda. Now, is it easy to wrap around Bruce Lee, Mike Tyson? No, it's not. But with the sort of maneuvers and speed that Bruce Lee has, Mike Tyson would never catch him. In saying that, if he did catch him, he'd be fucked. Don't believe me, he'd sleep.
But you said in a street fight. Now, Mike Tyson grew up street fighting. Bruce Lee.
But Hoist Gracie would go he'd shoot him and go right to the knees and take him down where he knows how to beat him.
But
you know what I mean?
he would.
If Hoist Gracie's wrapping around my ankles and I drop a cinder block on the back of his head with my fist, I don't think he's getting up.
Oh, we're playing Streets of Rage 4. Okay, I got you. All right.
No, I'm just playing like grab Mike Tyson. Where on Mike Tyson's body could he not punch hard enough to knock a man out? Like the back of his own head, maybe. The middle of his spine. Like, where are you going to hide on that guy? Go ahead, grab his ankles. He's just going to pound
Hoist
you.
Gracie took on a boxer as well, right? And everyone thought the boxer was going to knock Gracie out.
Oh, I saw that one, man.
He shoot towards the hips, got the guy down, and the boxer was absolutely useless, annihilated. He was like floored. He couldn't do a damn thing.
But he had a boxing glove on, and he
one glove on,
and he wasn't street fighting.
But even if he didn't have the glove on,
Mike Tyson
all the rules are there for a street fight except for eye gouging and biting.
Exactly. Now you're talking about a street fight. Mike Tyson will bite your fucking ear off. We've already seen that
in public. So imagine what he'll do on like 4th Street.
That. Now, if you rip a guy's ear off, he's not really going to be focused on fighting. He's going to go.
You know that whole thing you said at the start when you say, you got to know how to lose, Elvis. This is one of those moments you got to know how to understand that you just lost that little verbal battle. Jiu-jitsu is king. Jiu-jitsu is king. Can we get a round of applause from the audience?
Well, guys, I just want to say for a moment.
There we go.
I think this bears something. Dave is in the audience. Sam and Dave, the married couple podcast, is in the audience, I believe. Is that right?
They are.
Welcome. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
I got to finish my point now, right?
Go ahead, Elvis. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
In a controlled environment, yes, jiu-jitsu is king. But on the streets, I've seen dudes try to shoot guys and get the back of their head stomped in on the concrete. Because
we got weapons now. What do we got? Weapons?
I mean, yeah.
What weapons we got?
No.
If I give Mike Tyson a gun, it's on.
Look, if somebody guy shoots my ankles, I'm ripping his fucking ear off, or I'm poking his eye out, or I'm grabbing his.
You mean like shoots in like MMA, like grabs takes you down to submission, right?
Shoots grabs you.
All the things that are illegal in organized fighting is why jiu-jitsu would lose on the street, because you're not going to fight somebody if he's ripping if he's fish hooking you.
Jiu-jitsu won't lose on the street, man.
But wait a minute.
Take my word for it.
I would also run. I would shoot, and then I would also be dirty. I would bite the groin as I went in.
Exactly. So in a controlled environment, yes, it's very deadly, but street fighting is street fighting. It's totally different.
Totally.
Street fighting.
Let's pretend there's no bricks and pipes, though. Let's pretend there's no bricks and pipes.
I'm not saying bricks and pipes. I'm saying if the fighting on the street where there's no rules at all, I'm biting you. I'm ripping your hair. I'm gouging your eyes. I'm ripping your ear off. I mean, ears come off with 15
double fucking nipple twisting.
Exactly. So now, if jiu-jitsu is a great martial art, but it is a sport and a martial art. There's no sport in the street. I'm hurting you. I'm trying to kill you before you kill me. That's what it is.
Yeah, but they'll be snapping arms, dude. Snapping arms, ankles in a heartbeat.
Armbar.
They have to get you in that hold. Like I've done jiu-jitsu, man, and I'm like, if I just rip this guy's eyeball, I just poke his eye, he's done. Like he's trying to armbar me or shit. He's trying to get me in a leg lock, but I can still reach his face. Like I'm putting 2 fingers up your nose and ripping your nostrils out.
Sure.
Like I'm hurting you.
I'm putting 2 thumbs in. Yeah. So
he can, but he's not trained to do that. Mike Tyson grew up fighting so he wouldn't die. That's the difference.
But I mean, we're hypothetical. They would use like whatever skills they have accrued in the octagon, and they would make it a street fight. Like but we're kind of we're kind of spitballing here, right?
Yeah, when somebody bounces your head off a concrete wall, it's a lot different than there's a ref to break us up. No,
where's the bill? Can you do the bill?
If I'm ripping your lips off, nobody's gonna stop. I'm just saying.
I would like to see you try to rip someone's lips off. Oh my God, bring the rep.
I'll rip your lips off.
I'll rip your damn lips off.
I'll come down there and rip your tongue out by the roots, baby.
Joey Butts and Evander the Warrior kind of slowly matched and maybe even surpassed Mike as my favorite. Evander was also undersized as a heavyweight, but would go blow for blow with guys 50 to 75 pounds heavier and much taller. Yeah. Dave Watson.
Joe Frazier.
Dave from Sam and Dave at How Was Your Day? They do that show every Wednesday evening. He has written, "Yay, I woke up in time to catch the show live. Great show, guys." Hey, welcome, Dave, because it's your Sunday morning over there.
You guys didn't do your normal Saturday night like passion evening.
They have a bit of a piss up that night.
They do passion plays.
Passion plays all. They must stay up to the wee hours of the morning.
Give us Barabbas.
Yeah, having maritals.
We've got Dave. We've got Joey. I would like to believe that there is a thing that made Bruce Lee untouchable, but like the King said, sometimes bigger, stronger, and a few punches to the head of a man that size, it can kill a person easily. I know from experience, dude. Yeah. And last, Chris here said, does talking somebody's ear off count? Maybe it does.
It does.
3.
When I do it,
3 more.
It's torturous.
I could talk you to death.
Uncle Eddie, he said, I will do some Puerto Rican judo. Do you know I have a gun? Do you know I have a knife?
Do you know I have a gun? Do you know I have a
knife? Paul Vano.
What a coincidence. I also am a brown belt in Taekwondo, or at least I used to be. I don't know if it ever goes away. I still have it in my head. I don't think my body can keep up to it. But it is funny because Taekwondo is all about, like head kicks and throwing very high kicks.
Very fancy,
whereas,
elaborate.
Later on, we kind of learned that that's not going to be very effective in a street fight. You're leaving yourself way exposed. Now, their theory was, well, if you can kick somebody in the head, you can also kick them in the shin. You can kick them in the knee, So you would learn to kick high, but it was very flashy. But that reminds me of the time we got into a street fight. And it must have been, 6 or 7 against 3. And let me tell you what, though, it worked because we beat the ever-living shit out of those 3 guys. They, they never messed with us again. So, there you go. Martial arts, they work.
Oh, wow, you animal. I didn't know you had that in you,
funny thing about a lot of Korean martial arts, like weapons and things were illegal when those things started. So in Hapkido, they do a jumping double sidekick, flying sidekick. And that was to knock people off of horses.
Did you say Hapkido? Hapkido?
Hapkido, yeah. Together and
guys,
away is what it stands for.
Yes.
So our friend of the show, Freebie Fetch, Saul, he says, bro, alopecia isn't even a disease, dog. It's just literally going bald. Fuck out of here. What's in it for Chris Rock, though, now? He's just a bitch. Anyway,
he was a bitch goes, anyway. I mean, Louis C.K. wrote all his specials.
How can I submit questions, he says. Great. Glad you asked. Go to Shotgun Candy, the Instagram there. You don't have to have an account. You just go there. And I don't believe you. Do you have to have an account to leave a message?
Well,
you have to have an Instagram account to leave a message.
He does not. He refuses to become a part of our world.
Okay, well, he can come up on the show right here then.
Oh, you can come up on the show, dude. What's up?
Yeah, well, we're gonna do that. We're gonna bring some people up towards the end, which is another half hour from now.
Yeah. Let everybody know that later on you can come up and join us and you can speak live.
What is the most useless street fight discipline? Capoeira?
Not having a gun.
I don't know, but is that a question someone's asked, or that's what you're asking?
I'm asking everyone in the audience and you as well. Is
Just before you
capoeira
do, we
the
still
most
got
useless one?
Two more messages left. I just want to knock them out the park first. We've got one from Skinny that says, "Hey guys, meanest man alive today is Bruce G. Elvis knows who I mean."
Bruce G.
Do
Bruce
you?
G.
I don't know. And then, we've got two more. We've got Joey Butts, and then we've got Worm. Here we go.
Yeah, that's why I almost would want to pick Evander in the Street Fighter sense, because, like I said, like him and Riddick Bowe, who hit like a fucking semi truck.
A truck.
He would stand there and not like, I'm talking about like go swing, blow, like street fight. Like, okay, let's just throw. I'm not gonna move. We're gonna go toe to. And he would stand. He could take it. You know, you see the fight against George Foreman, you feel bad for him. And even though George didn't go down, Evander was just pummeling him, dude. So George's head was just like, pop,
His head
pop,
was like
a fucking
damn watermelon.
That's where he got the idea for the grill.
Man, I love knocking the piss on everybody.
He was like, every time he got his head bounced, he's like, I'm going to make a fucking grill that all the grease
two
is going to
fighters
fall.
in the Sweet Science was Jack Johnson and Rocky Marciano.
That's right.
Those dudes, they would, I mean, Rocky Marciano, he didn't even know how to fight, but he would beat the shit out of people. And you could hit him in the head with a bat like 100 times and he would laugh at you. That dude was just, he was.
Some say
holy shit.
he got all that worked up because he saw his father there in the ring and he just wanted to fucking hit him.
Well,
dead.
He also had a special heavy bag made that weighed 250 pounds, and he would bend that son of a bitch in half. Like, watch some training videos of that guy. He's like, oh, yeah, they're using 80-pound bags full of sand. Give me a 250-pound bag full of concrete. Let's knock the shit out of this thing.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
They said when he hit people,
He country strong.
Yeah, no, he was dumb Italian strong. He was Guido strong.
Guido strong.
Yeah, that dude. And he was a little
What
guy.
you know about that, Rock?
He was a lot like guys like Mike Tyson, Rocky Marciano, and Jack Johnson were like the guys that they really were like, holy shit, those dudes would have whooped the shit out of anybody today.
Hey, Rocstedi. Hey, how you doing, man? Hey, what are you fucking Italiano
My
strong?
father was speaking to me, and then I just realized it was you doing an accent.
Hey, Rocstedi, come over here. Let me tell you something about life, huh? You're gonna have to fight people, all right?
Hey, Rock,
Every once in a
get
while.
in the fucking backyard and punch some of them kangaroos, right? We can teach you how to fight.
Now that's a
right?
fucking man.
Yeah.
That's a fucking man.
When you get to
man
elementary
right there.
school, huh? Get to elementary school, you find the fucking biggest elementary kid you can find. You fucking bust them in the face, all right?
You take your fucking lunch tray and you knock them right in the square in the jaw
Right.
with it. You know what I mean?
Right in the fucking kisser, huh?
Nobody's gonna fuck with my son. You know what I mean?
Not my kid already.
I kick
How's
a
that?
koala
I did
across
an
the ocean.
interview with Anthony Luciano Raimondi and that kid that was picking on him at school, sticking pins in his back.
Oh,
And he said he had little blood spots in his back. So his dad's like, come here. He goes, take that fucking knife. Next time he does it, stab him in the fucking eye. He told him to stab him in the eye at school. But instead he stabbed him down the arm.
He went to level 11 right off the bat. Great
Well, you know
fucking
what?
job.
I mean, it wasn't like an Asian.
Take
kid.
this
He wasn't
knife. Take this knife. You stab him until you kill him in
wasn't
school.
practicing acupuncture on the guy, was he? Like,
Maybe he was trying to perfect the ancient Eastern art of acupuncture on his
I don't
friend.
know, what school was it? You know, don't stab your acupuncturist, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus
Not
Christ.
good.
He's just trying to release pressure.
We have a couple more, boys. I want to try and get them out for the listeners. We've got Daz Cowbell that says Joe Frazier versus Tyson in the Thunderdome. That's
Joe
a fight.
Frazier was a mean machine.
Which one was the Thriller in Manila? That was
He's the guy that messed up Ali's head, man. He scrambled his eggs. Joe Frazier was a badass dude.
Joe Frazier was the guy that gave Cassius the shakes.
Well, they said that fight is what really ended both of their careers because they just were knocking the shit out of each other. He's the only guy that knocked down Ali twice, I think.
Yeah.
Joe Frazier was a bad dude.
Well, as you're looking that up.
He wanted to be like this like sweet science guy, and they're like, no, you're a puncher. You just go in there and punch the shit out of people. He was like Tyson's style before Tyson. Like Mike Tyson was like the next generation of Joe Frazier style, just fighter, not a boxer.
The Thriller
just fighter.
in Manila was the third and final boxing match between the WBA, WBC, and the ring heavyweight champion Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier on October 1st, 1975 for the heavyweight championship of the world.
Their trash talking sessions were the best because they were like friends, so they would roast the shit out of each other.
Right?
Like
We should have gotten some clips together, man. That shit was fucking great.
they were great. They were so good at it, like because Ali was such a smooth talker, but
Oh my God.
Frazier was like, what's up with your women? They're getting light, white, and almost bright.
I'm just trying to. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to put the pressure. I'm just trying to keep it flowing with the messages a little bit.
Go for it.
We've got
Let it
3 here, and then we've got 6 on the screen. So they're kind of.
I want a fucking fight story. Somebody.
How about we make one right now, buddy?
Yeah, I've got here a book co-written by Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee's fighting method and self-defense techniques. And here in Chapter 7, Defense from a Vulnerable Position, Bruce Lee has included this chapter because he felt that an attack can come from anywhere, even while you're sitting in a chair or lying down. Or you could be surprised to have to fight your way from a prone position or from being pinned on your back. To Lee, any defense is all right.
Know it.
Your delivery of kicks or punches doesn't have to be beautiful or picturesque. In self-defense, everything goes. Scratch, bite, pinch, etc. Any way to get out of the predicament without damaging yourself.
Bruce Lee, all the way.
Everybody has a plan so you get punched in the face.
We have 1 from Joey, then 1 from Worm. We've got 6 on the screen. So here we go. We've got Joey.
Well, he made Joe mad because Joe Frazier helped him get his license back after he, refused to go in Vietnam. He got his license stripped. He helped Muhammad Ali get that first fight back, and he did beat Ali, but back into his license back, and then from there, Muhammad Ali, for what it's worth, the 2 fights after that, they were wars. He said the Thriller in Manila, it was like fucking 100+ degrees out at midnight, and he's like, if I experienced death, he's like, that was as close to feeling like death. They went all 15, but yeah, one time. He went on Howard Cosell, was like, I got the new Joe Frazier doll, and there was a little gorilla doll. He was like, see, and when I want to talk to Joe, I said, Joe, shut up, Joe. And he's going, punching the gorilla. And Joe Frazier, why you say I'm a sellout, man? Like, because that's when Muhammad Ali started calling him. And Joe Frazier was like, don't go there.
If you even dream of beating me, you better wake up and apologize.
We've got 1 from Joey, 6 on the screen. I just want to say Ray Z has dropped to the listeners. I believe he does jiu-jitsu, so I'd love to hear his opinion on some of this stuff. All right, we've got Worm.
Now, guys, I hate to be a stickler to the topic at hand, but you guys are discussing a whole lot of boxing, a whole lot of ringed fighting. I think we're here to talk about street fighting.
You're totally right.
When you do talk about Kimbo, please don't talk about him and his short-lived UFC career. But
we have to.
About how badass
we have to.
He is on the streets.
We have to.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I didn't even know he went into the ring. I just used to watch him online.
Kimbo Slice?
Shit out of dudes in people's backyards. Yeah, like that dude.
Yeah.
He traveled the world just going to your backyard and beating the hell out of you.
He's from my neck of the woods. He's from Perrine, Florida, which is about 20 miles south of me.
I did see that one. What was he? A big white kid, a big cop or something, beat the shit out of him. They fought for like so long, man. He just wore him out, and
man,
he used to get gassed out, pretty quickly.
I mean, and this is all like super makeshift, right? It was totally makeshift, like backyard shit. Like, so they make a ring with like an octagon, a trampoline.
Not even a ring, right? Just a backyard with people around,
right?
They just fight in the grass, like the British bare knuckle stuff. They put like hay bales.
I love that.
He'd be beating the guy a little bit, and then he'd just put his chin out for him. And he'd let him hit him. He goes, there you go. That would just spark him up to start going. All of his knuckles were fucking broken and fat. His hand was fucked.
I saw one time he had half his chest shaved, and he had like the George Jefferson afro, and he went and beat the shit.
You mean half of his head shaved, like the top half of his head, like he was bald?
No, his chest. He had no chest hair.
As well. Yeah.
He looked like the guy from Street Fighter for real.
Yeah, he had one pec muscle shaved, and then he had that George Jefferson half-fro going on with the bald on top.
Yeah. And that was the weird. It was just weird. His hairstyles were shit. Like he didn't know how to handle his hairstyles properly. For sure.
I think he did because he beat me before I would even get in the ring. I wouldn't even fight that guy. I'd be like, that dude's nuts. I ain't getting in there with him. Look at him. Crazy.
I mean, I'm looking at a picture right now, and I'm very familiar with this man because again, he's from my neck of the woods. We knew that this happened 20 miles away. And this guy was literally beating people's face in. Anybody who would come in, he didn't give 2 shits. To me, he was like the Marshawn Lynch of fighting. He was like, I'm about that action, boss. Like, whatever has to happen right now, I'm going to whoop that ass. And like, a friend of my brother's, he's a little younger than me, obviously. My brother's 5 years younger. So a friend of his is George Masvidal, or Jorge Masvidal from the, right?
Jorge Masvidal,
very,
he's
very
a bad
good friend.
motherfucker, man.
Yeah,
He
my
holds
brother
the belt,
knows
bad
him.
motherfucker. Actually,
Yeah. My brother's very good friends with him, and also Bones Jones. So they've partied here in Vegas. They've totally hung out. So those are friends.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Fucking
So
Bones is legend too. Yeah.
yeah, Kimbo Slice. Doesn't matter what happened in his short-lived career. That guy.
His career.
That guy.
It was pretty bad.
Because it was towards the end of it. But if he could have harnessed that rage he had in backyard wrestling, the things I saw that man do and not back down, like he would have taken on anyone if he just would have had the right. Like it passed him by too quickly. I think he should have trained like more classically sooner. And then he just could have made that leap.
Well, he was old when he got into it. Like he
was old, right?
They were like, "Hey,
yeah,
I'm
but he was fighting
people
old dudes too." And I remember a fight where they both got gassed out. They both couldn't even finish the fight.
Yeah,
I've seen it. Yeah, they're kind
I'm
of
watching it right now.
They're slugging each other in slow motion. It's like, oh man.
Yeah. It was a mockery.
Yeah,
it was a joke.
I mean, usually fights. That's two guys with really strong chins, man. That's the thing. Usually, when you hit somebody as hard as Kimbo Slice does, they fall down and they get knocked out.
But I've never also seen like anyone that's stocky. Like he's like Mike Tyson, but that kind of like
get the prison physique, man.
Bro, when he does this right here, like there's no way you can hit it. Like you can't get through that defense. And
it's like punching the side of a Volkswagen bus.
Correct. It's a futile. It's a futile attempt to do anything detrimental to this man. He was just built to do that. You know how sharks are
just going to make
literally just like, what else can sharks be? They roam around the ocean with huge teeth, and
they only have one bone in their body. It's their jaw. The rest of it's all cartilage. It's like, so that's just a mouth with a body behind it.
They're about that action, boss. They're also about that action.
Yeah. They're most nice.
This show's got a bit of momentum, and we've got messages piling in, and I'm not sure.
I love it. Yeah, bring them in.
I don't want to leave people behind, but at the same time, we can't get to a conversation properly. But it is about the listeners. So
no, I love it. Yeah, this is what we wanted
from Skinny. Before I get to Skinny's, I'm going to read what's on the screen because they're slowly building up. So
now Skinny is a really good fighter because he's so thin, it's hard to get him. You're always like punching around him. He turns sideways, and you're gonna miss him.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so Joey said this a little while ago, about 10 minutes ago. It was I learned about all the hair and skin conditions in barber school. You better bring me up because I'll keep messaging relentlessly like how I fight, which is true because he's got a few coming here. So the Skinny, Bruce Jenner. Okay.
Bruce Jenner. Yeah. Well, Joey's talking about he's going back to the alopecia thing.
Right, which is just baldness, which is like
I thought he was talking about the weightlifting thing.
It actually is a thing. I had a friend whose girlfriend had alopecia, and she'd wake up and like chunks of her hair would be missing, like it would be on the pillow. Like I know. It is hair loss, but it's very odd. It's very odd hair loss.
Yeah.
But if you're famous and you go to an award show.
Well, nobody has a head shaved like that with all clean stuff. That's perfect.
But there are perfectly beautiful models that do that too, and they don't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
she doesn't have alopecia.
Whatever. I'm talking about it again. I hate this.
Fuck you, Will.
Continue, sir.
Let's get back to the messages. All right, so we've got Joey Butts. They said Jack Johnson's rocky hands were the size of anvils. We've got Real Skinny, or Bruce Girl. So they must be right about the same time here. Joey, exactly the example that the King was saying, a guy that could take a punch from anyone in bunches but slug with as much ferocity as they did from the first round to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Butts, Smoking Joe beat Ali's first sight. Joey Butts, Kimbo was cool. He was big as hell and scary looking, but those are organized backyard street fights where he would just out beat fighters most of the time. But with amateur MMA guy in the gym, just had the stamina. That's what separates fighters, me, and brawlers, Kimbo and me. Some say I had him maybe a point, but I said, nah, this was a draw. God bless, miss you, big guy. Okay, that's from Joey Butts. And now we've got 3 from Skinny, and then we'll go back into it.
I don't know if you'll play this on there. I don't know where to send a message to. But
we're going to play it.
Anyway, the whole thing was Bruce Jenner, actually, which starts with a J, actually started, or there was a meme about him or something I saw a while back where they called him Bruce Girl because he's the dude that identifies as a woman or whatever. Oh. Anyhow, that was, I guess, before the final surgery or whatever it was he done. Anyway,
I don't know.
Not up on all that. But I just figured I'd throw that in there, Bruce G. But anyway.
Am I missing something?
What you doing, man? And,
Was Jenner a fighter?
Here to support.
Two more from Skinny.
A fighter for equal rights.
That's
In
right.
my opinion, the baddest street
Activist.
fighter thus far lays between probably three people. Conor McGregor, Kimbo Slice, and
good one.
Roddy Piper, which is a little known fact. Roddy Piper was a street fighter.
No shit.
So,
He had nothing on Macho
and
Man.
also was a man that was in professional wrestling, formerly known as Fit Finley. So check those out. But yeah, my top three would be Kimbo Slice, Roddy Piper, and Conor McGregor.
I also feel like
best in the world.
Bill Goldberg would fuck you up outside the ring. Like Bill Goldberg had a crazy ass face, and I feel like he would absolutely do the same things in the ring to you, like spear you in the chest until your heart exploded. I don't know. I always got that vibe from him,
It's always the guy that you don't think would do it.
but it's not. Huh? He's a big sweetheart.
Well, I mean, I don't know. If you punch him in the head with a full beer mug, he's probably going to fall down.
Hey, Billy.
We got one more, boys. One more. Here we go. Skinny.
One last person that I would definitely not want to get in a throwdown on the street with. A lot of people don't realize just how tough the sumbitch is, or how strong he is for that matter, because of his physique and whatnot.
Talking about me.
That'd be Mick Foley.
Oh.
Think about
that
Mick
dude
Foley, yeah. And also another pro wrestler who was known for not just
Country strong
boxing, but bar fights and whatnot, Billy Gunn, and knocked out a lot of motherfuckers.
Oh, Billy the
not Billy Gunn.
no.
Sorry,
Tommy.
Tommy
Gunn?
Bart Gunn.
Tommy Gunn.
Yeah, it's
Tommy the Machine Gun.
But yeah, Bart Gunn was a bad sumbitch. So
Hey.
I'd hate to run into Mick Foley or Bart Gunn in a street fight, or Roddy Piper.
Tommy
Hey,
Gunn
Tommy.
from Rocky.
Yeah. Hey, Tommy. I didn't have no bell. Huh? Get up, Rock. I'm going to make you fucking spit thunder and shit lightning.
Yeah, you're gonna
Get up, you fucking bastard. And he gets up. He's like, fucking sue me for what?
Son of a bitch.
Hit me and I'll sue. Sue me for what?
You're talking about Tommy Morrison. He was a pretty good fighter too.
Tommy Morrison. That's
But
it.
then he got AIDS, and he wasn't. Nobody wanted to fight him anymore. Except
Fight
Well, you
me.
can't.
except Dennis Rodman. He's like, I'll fight that son of a bitch.
I'll
I'm
fight
just
him.
kidding.
I'll fight him tonight.
No, but see, you guys are when you talk about boxing and things like that, you're leaving out a whole other side
Well,
of the ocean.
yeah.
Man. Them British bare knuckle dudes. I mean, you want to
Those are the guys.
you wanna
Those are
talk
the
about
guys.
fighters, man.
Yeah.
The real deal.
Charlie
Day or
Bronson.
night.
They got
Oh,
he called himself Charlie Bronson. He made. I mean, obviously after Charles Bronson, but he
oiled
fist fought
himself up.
But he fist fought a Rottweiler and won.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. He's also written books and gotten extracted for throwing feces at guards in a supermax prison. I love that man.
He's a professional prisoner. That's what he does. But he works
Yeah.
out in jail. Like, no, you can't mess with that dude. Like, he'll punch the jail. He'll knock the fucking jail
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. He's like, fuck you, jail, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
That's
then
a
he
great
like,
movie with. You seen that movie with
first time I ever saw Tom Hardy. It's the first time I ever saw him. He did a perfect job. I was like, who is this
Me
fucking
too.
guy?
And then the second time I saw Tom Hardy, I was like, "There's no way that's the same guy."
I know.
I was like,
I know.
This
He did-
pretty boy guy is.
That's what I'm saying. Like when he would grease himself up, ready for the
Yeah.
extraction, and all the guys are coming in with riot gear. He's like, "Come on, then, you fucking cons!" It was fucking.
Any ladies out there that are, Tom Hardy fans? He's nude in that movie. You get to see his twigs and berries and everything.
His whole pee-pee. I think he's uncircumcised.
Yeah. Oh, well, he's English. Yeah. You get to see his butt crack too, all oiled up. He gets another guy
yeah.
to oil it up right before he fights the guards. Yeah.
Yeah.
He would just go in and beat the shit out of people. Like he
Tour de force,
he
by
was-
the way. Like he became Venom and all these like kind of generic things later on.
I'm
I think
talking
it's-
about the real Charlie Bronson.
Oh no, but I'm saying like,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, I think he did this whole career on that one thing.
He
It was
does.
total.
He
method.
does it there's like a Rocky style movie about MMA that he's in with some Irish dude from Boston.
Yeah, another Irish guy.
Plays his little brother. They're like Philly street fighter guys, and then at the end he fights his brother. It's actually a pretty good movie.
So talking about street fighting, there, like, are you guys familiar with like, so Rock? As far as football, soccer in Australia, do you guys have soccer hooligans, like fighting soccer hooligans in the streets in Perth?
No, not like you do over in Europe. I think over in Europe it's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
in Australia, you guys fight over everything anyway, right? I mean,
That's my Foster's.
We'll find. I've honestly,
get
I've
punched
honestly
for that,
clocked
by
a
the way.
guy. I've clocked a guy before for stealing my beer out of a fridge. Yeah.
Here we go. Now we get to it.
But see,
Why not?
in Australia, they got civilized people. They just punch each other, and then they're like, "All right, that's over with."
I mean,
But they don't retaliate. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go home and get my buddies and get a gun and come back."
You get hit. You're like, oh, well, good day. Have a great day.
Man,
there was a guy once. I was at a buddy's birthday party, and I was pretty drunk. It was my buddy was with me, and we had some beers in the fridge. We only had a few left there, and it was I don't know. It's a big thing about taking a man's beer here in Australia. Wow. And he took it, but it was only one specific beer, so it was pretty obvious that this drunk guy had taken it. You know, and
what,
so
this
beer? My beer? Yeah,
what,
that's my fucking beer.
One?
He goes, no, it's not. It fucking clearly was. I go, yes, it is. And then he gave me a little smirk because he knew that I knew. So I just socked him one, and he just fucking. And then it turns out since then we became friends. He was engaged at the time to someone who's going to probably come on this app soon. Actually, lovely woman. Ends up that he was a fucking prick, ended up splitting up with her, cheating on her and all this shit. And so he's a fucking asshole I don't speak to anymore, and I'm good friends with his ex-missus.
All right.
So,
welcome.
Yeah. Remember that time I met you guys, I knocked out your ex-husband? You're like, now it's a good story, but back then it was... I
knew a guy from North Mississippi that same story happened. They were at a bonfire party, because that's what kids do in the country. They light a fire in the woods and drink.
Yep.
And the guy took the guy's last beer.
Wholesome.
He took the guy's last beer, so the dude pulled a big log out of the fire and beat him with it.
Wow. I'm going to kill you with embers. Embers.
That's a true story. And then they put him in the back of the pickup truck, drove him to the hospital, dumped him off. And my buddy got arrested because they used his pickup truck.
Jesus Christ. Always accomplices. Motherfucker. So,
and the dude that actually beat the guy with the log, he pussed it out and was like, yeah, he did it. I didn't do it.
What oh, come on. Jesus Christ. At least take it to the end.
He got 18 months, man. When he got out, he went and beat the shit out of the guy, but not with a log, with his fists.
I got a quick one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
My brother and my brother-in-law.
Well, don't let people use your truck. That's the moral of that story.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Brother and brother-in-law were in LA with their ladies. And imagine, piss drunk. You're coming out of kind of an underground parking. Imagine being piss drunk, Elvis, for a moment.
What? Like, I don't really have to.
Okay. Just imagine that, right? That feeling when it's 2:30. it's 8:30 in the morning. I'm fucking pissed drunk. So imagine you're coming out. It's a huge parking jam to come out of an underground parking in LA to join probably another fucking horrible, bit of red traffic that you can't escape. And everybody's right. Everybody's
imagine being in LA.
Imagine and drunk as fuck in LA. And then you're coming out, and then the guy behind. So they're at the toll gate trying to get out, right? And there's a car in front of them at the toll gate, and then my brother's car, and then a car behind them. The car behind them starts honking, honk, 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 like go faster. And it's impossible to go faster, obviously, right? Yeah. The people in front of the car think that it's my brother doing it, and they get up and they come out of the car, and the guy starts wailing on my brother's window, like, fuck you. What the fuck are you honking your horn for? My brother-in-law is a large individual. His name is Caesar. He's a big boy.
Fuck with Caesar, man.
I wouldn't tussle with Caesar if I would cross the street. So I don't think he understood because everybody was so drunk. But he gets up and calmly closes the door and comes around to the backside of the car. And as he was reminding me of the story, refreshing me for this story today, he goes, as he's punching the window, he goes, hey. Hey, like he's behind him. He goes, hey, he turns around. He just fucking clocks him one. Bomb. Wow. He just splats all over the floor. 3 of his friends come out of the car. My brother gets out of the car, takes out his tactical baton, the thing that comes out like that.
Oh, yeah, man.
Caesar's got the guy on his chest. He's wailing on him. Teeth are flying everywhere. It's like, it's a massacre. It's hamburger helper time, right? And my brother's hitting him in his legs with the baton. The friends come out of the car, and he comes up and with the baton, he goes, you motherfuckers come close. You're going to get some of this. And So they were like, all right, bud, yeah, you know what? No problem. In fact, we might get back in the car. So they pussied out. And Caesar was telling me, like, he was, you get so enraged, you're hitting this guy. And you're like, man, nobody's stopping me. I think I might, like, kill this guy. You know what I'm saying? So usually, get a couple good licks in. And then, like, somebody's like, hey, man, you don't have to do that. It's not worth it. Nobody was not worthing him. nobody was saving him from that. Like, hey, don't do that. Everybody was like, do it, kill him. And
that's what happened.
No, but really, victory. So the guy, yeah, flawless victory, fatality. The guy behind us, and now I'm there. The guy behind them, the guy who started everything by his incessant honking is like, hey guys, you should probably get the fuck out of here. And they were like. He looked at his fist, like all full of like fucking blood and like teeth and hair. He's like,
face.
The other guy's face is basically here, and he's like, yeah, maybe we should. Yeah, my brother, like fucking Nightwing or Robin, puts back his fucking tactical baton, gets back in the car, and they drive off.
Robin? But you're going to call him Robin?
Well, who has a tactical baton? That's cool.
Nobody. Like German officers, maybe.
but it's not a billy club. It's not like one of those like spinning like, hey, look here, boy.
German weapon. The Germans invented that weapon. The retractable baton.
The retractable baton. Yeah,
that's police issue. They give it to police on the East Coast.
It also doubles as a selfie stick. So
you can smoke crack out of it.
You can piss in it and keep it in your dirty house. We've learned so much.
Do whatever you want.
You could hoard it. You could eat it if you were like into like sick things like mattresses.
Well, if you're a beginner, you use it compressed, and then when you become advanced, you right up the old backside.
Wow,
pooper.
Just saying. Now, I had a similar story. There was two guys in a shitty bar. There was some rock band playing. Two guys in a shitty bar. I knew the one of them. He was a skateboarder, right? And he skateboarded everywhere.
Dude.
And dude, I must have skateboarded.
Fucking hey, dude. You got any grass?
Bro, I hate my dad. I'm just gonna punch you. So
I'm dugging your dad, and I'm out of here.
So he's getting a fight with this guy in the back, and obviously he had a skateboard with him because they wear a backpack and they put the skateboard right behind him. So he's punching this dude on the ground just like that, and he's like, you know what? Nobody's stopping me. Just same thing. He's like, fuck this. He pulls the skateboard out and brings it over his head like this, like he's gonna hit it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, he was gonna bust the guy's head in with the trucks on the skateboard. Luckily, one person who was less drunk, he grabbed it when he pulled it back like that. He grabbed it. And he goes, no.
Like a movie.
He's like, yeah, you're gonna go to prison if you do that. He's like, just get up off of the guy. The guy just laid there for the rest of the show out in the yard.
He's like, listen to me. Look at me. Murder. It's murder. You're gonna murder someone.
He did hate his dad, and every time he got in a fight, he's like, I just see my dad's fucking face, and I just want to punch him.
I mention that? I know, yeah, it's Rocky Marciano was like, I fucking see that deadbeat's fucking face in my fucking, my dreams. I'm gonna fucking.
He started seeing. I think you're talking about the Raging Bull guy. That's a different guy.
One of them. An Italian boxer.
He was like an American hero. He was like a nice guy. He would like volunteer with the kids and shit.
The other guy. Yeah, the other guy. I can't even see my dad because I'm a fucking loser. I fucking punch a hole.
You're talking about the Raging Bull guy. That guy was crazy. Rocky Marciano.
Robert De Niro.
Guy. Yeah, that's not Rocky Marciano. That's some other dude. What the hell was that guy's name? Somebody chime in with that guy's name. I don't remember.
Robert De Niro.
No, that's who played the guy in the movie. Fuck Robert De Niro. He's a piece
you say
of shit.
so.
I'd love to punch that guy in his fucking mouth.
Yeah, I like to fight his 80-year-old ass right now.
Well, I mean, you know what?
Beat him, let's go.
All you fake Hollywood tough guys, stop it. Those are characters you played in a movie. You would get your asses beat if you went out in the real public. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. He's more like the guy he played in The Fockers now.
Yeah, and David Cross, come on. Really, dude? I sort of noodle armors. You ain't hurting nobody. Come on. Fuck off, bitch.
I should at this point let you know we got a message sitting there and we got 4 on the screen. So
bring it.
Run them.
Let's do it.
We love the people.
Before De Niro gets hurt. So we got to Joey Butts.
Oh, his feelings.
I was at one of those huge, those bonfires in the woods where you throw fucking pallets in there.
Yeah,
it's massive, huge fire.
Fuck yeah!
But somebody threw a chair in there, like a plastic seated metal leg chair in there, and it was in there, and but it had to have been there for an hour. And the super drunk guy just
melting.
I didn't even think about what he was doing too. I just was like, oh, he's grabbing the chair, but he grabbed the leg of the chair because it was like in the fire, but kind of outside. And dude, we were like, oh my god, he's like, oh, and he was so hammered. I don't know if he quite felt it yet, but his skin was coming off his hand like a glove was.
Oh my god, Jesus!
He's like, man. Like walking around, and I swear, at least an hour went by, and I just heard in the crowd because you could just hear in the crowd from there. There's like, fucking hand. Like, and we're like walking out to the road, and I hear him over there by the house going, my hand, man. He took him there.
I'll never be able to play Freebird, man.
Wow.
We got a couple on the screen here from Joey.
Your hand's falling off.
Is it? I'm sorry. Whenever it's time, I'm ready. I'll just sit up till you're ready. No rush. I'm shadowboxing. Okay. Next, Joey again. I wonder if Skinny is one of those guys that takes his shirt off before a fight and says,
"Yeah,
what do you want to do?" All right, and we got one more from.
You want to go?
Them things are dope. You snap that bad boy and start showing off like one guy on every Seagal movie where it looks badass, but one punish and he dies.
Yeah.
In real life, I can break forearms and bones and take on multiple dudes that want to get punched. All right.
I like how he said punish. That's a gamer term. Like when you fuck up playing Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat and you don't capitalize on one thing, it's called punish. I like that. I like that he said that.
We got one more from Skinny.
The movie Raging Bull was a movie based on Jake LaMotta.
That's it, Jake.
That's
what
Robert
Jake
De Niro
LaMotta
was playing. I had to double check it to be sure, but yeah, it was about Jake LaMotta, one of the greatest fighters ever. I hadn't heard his name come up, so there's you another one, Jake LaMotta.
Oh, this just in, a quote coming in from Muhammad Ali. Joe Frazier is so ugly. When he cries, he turns around and the tears go down the back of his head.
They're running away from his face.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Jake LaMotta, great boxer, horrible human being.
All right, well, guys, we're kind of at a point. I know we've got lots of little things we can still talk about, but what are we going to do?
You know,
I feel like we haven't talked. One more thing: girl fights. Girl fights. Have you guys seen a girl and a girl go at it? Not. I know what you're thinking. I have. I'm thinking that too. I'm talking about a girl fight with the fucking hair pulling and the smashing, the bras, the tits are out. I mean, I've seen it all
on YouTube. Yeah, and mainly in America, I've seen it. And chicks just start fighting like at gas stations, and they just somehow get naked.
It's so hot
because of guys.
No, it's not at all for me. I find it fucking weird as shit. Like a guy might take his shirt off to fight, I get that, but somehow women's just and just still walking around when the fights, they're all heated and they're just walking around, titties bouncing and shit.
Yeah, and with whatever makeup or bag they have, they're like, fucking bitch.
See, I went to a mostly black high school, and white kids were a minority where I went to high school, and the black girls would fight better than the guys sometimes.
Hell yeah!
Take the earrings off.
That's damn serious,
man.
Take that shit serious.
I'm telling you, they take the earrings off and they throw down I'm talking like Ali style physical, like jab, ribs, hit him in the liver.
Yeah. I see.
The guys are swinging like this, and then the girls be like pop, got you.
Because imagine, girls are already smarter than boys for the most part, and they mature faster, right? So imagine
a black girl beat the shit out of a white guy one time. She was boxing the fuck out of him. She had him in the corner, like roping it open and stuff. I was like, damn.
I've seen a black girl fuck up a Latina girl.
In, you know what I mean? Like throwing in the towel for him. Like he's done. He's had enough. Yeah, no, I'm serious. Like black eye and everything, man. Lumped him up pretty good. But
dude,
no, well, you're right. I have seen it. AC. I think I've seen a couple in real life. Here in Australia, but
the drunk party girls though with the short pink.
I've seen more of it in Thailand. More Thai girls fighting with each other on the streets, like the hookers. Oh yeah,
some of those Thai girls have a. Some of them.
Whatever could they be fighting about? I mean, this is my corner. Fucking move it. 3 feet over there.
And Thai girls, some of them got the coup de Jarnac, if you know what I mean. Surprise move.
So when they get naked, it turns out that their boobs are bouncing around, their dicks are swinging around. These girls.
Yeah. So everything's out. They got a mouthful of balut, right?
Illegal cockfighting.
Mouthful of raw hatched duck that's already formed, but they're crunching through it.
They start sword fighting. Mm-hmm. Don't cross the streams, ladies. You'll kill all of us.
How do we catch Slimer then? Yeah. Don't cross the streams.
Oh, guys, we've got more messages piling in on this show. We got one from
Skinny. Hey, do we still have
people love fighting?
Do we still have time to bring people up for the last 10 minutes or so?
I think we should do that. And look, we haven't got an after show today, so maybe we can just go over a little bit. Like,
let's
if you want to, it's up to you guys.
15, 20 more. I'm down. Yeah, come talk to us for real.
Well, I mean, fighting, we can go on the evolution of fighting forever. I mean, this is what's great about our topics. They're endless. Like, we really can revisit any one of these later on and do a part 2.
Yeah,
I'm going to say it again. Capoeira. Capoeira is the most useless dance fighting I've ever seen. If anybody here is a capoeira master, if you're doing the,
now look, imagine.
I know where, but I know where.
Do you know how it originated, AC?
I would imagine somebody played a drum very early on in the history of the world, and somebody went, "Hey!"
No. So what happened is that where that was from. So I can't quote like specific names and towns and things, but
Brazil.
It was illegal to fight. It was illegal to fight there with that. So what they did is they would disguise the martial arts into dancing.
Oh, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah, I'm just dancing, baby. Dancing. Yeah, that's right.
Crazy flippy kicky, and then they're like, "I'm not doing nothing."
Have you ever seen it in real action, though, AC? Because
yeah, I have.
It's not what you think. I mean, that's like watching a dude do like Taekwondo kata and be like, "That's a bullshit fighting style."
Again, right.
He breaks your fucking kneecap by hitting you.
It's not something you'd use in the UFC, but it's something that you can't. This is the thing. It's like really a cross between half dance, half martial art, and it's more of a pleasurable thing to learn. It's not like if you want to go breaking necks, you don't really go out and learn.
Well, honestly, so is boxing. If you do the sweet science correctly, there's a lot of movement. It's just like dancing, and then
a lot of going towards the guy when you shouldn't go towards the guy.
Exactly, and then you punch the shit out of him. So like the capoeira, I've seen it in action. I've seen a guy beat the fuck out of a couple people with it in Brazil, like online. And it's just like if you master a style, you're going to be able to bring those elements into a fight.
But
and
I also believe
if you're good.
that to be that good, you're right. But to be that good, like you have to take from a lot of styles. So you have to have like when the time is right, have the flare kick from Taekwondo to break his jaw, but like at the same time know how to shoot like MMA and also know how to judo like and move your weight. And it just depends what you're doing, you know.
It'd be really cool if you beat the shit out of him and then you danced around him. And you're like, come on, ladies. That's when you get it. That's when you get his girl. You're like, I beat your man, but look, I can also like, cut the rub. Let's
slap him 5 times. He doesn't even know what happened. You're like, come on, papi.
I can't remember what I was saying. I had a point about that.
We've got some messages, but what I'm going to do instead of getting to all of them,
imagine. Go ahead.
Imagine what?
Go ahead.
I was just imagining like a revamp of the movie Footloose, but Kevin Bacon knows capoeira this time.
Yeah, I mean, only the strong.
Be a whole different movie, man.
There's a movie about it called Only the Strong. It was actually filmed in Miami in that area. I remember when it was filming, and we're like, "Whoa, they're gonna do a movie about capoeira," and that's where the song is from. It's ridiculous.
Brazilian guys dancing on the beach.
So what do you got, Papo? Huh? Show me your moves, and everybody's like,
so it's like Breaking 2, but with fighting.
Breaking 3,
Electric 3, all the rules.
Electric Chickadee.
All right.
We've got a message from Worm. I'll take that message, but then we've got a few from Skinny and a few from Joey on the screen, so I might just get them boys to come up. I'll play Worms, and he's welcome to come up if he wants as well, but let's do that first.
I want fighting stories.
Guys, I hear you touching on the subject of catfights. What's better than seeing a woman wrestle? Seeing her box.
Zancy joke.
That's a spicy meatball. We need some kind of a boy.
Yeah, sound effects. We need some sound effects. Well,
there we go.
That happened, but you couldn't hear it, AC. So.
He did that with his mouth.
Shall I do it again?
Yeah. Guys, I hear you touching on the subject of catfights.
Touching.
Oh, yeah.
What's better than seeing a woman wrestle? Seeing her box. Hi-oh.
There you go.
All right. Should we do it? Should we bring some awesome listeners up to the stage?
Just not in Thailand.
Well, let's check their ID first. Let's make sure they're in line. How many girls are up here to guy ratio? Let's not be hasty with like a sausage fest. So
we got 2 guys, 1 asshole right now, but let's do 2 girls, 3 assholes.
2 guys, 1 balloon knot.
I think Skinny, if you want to come up, Skinny, because you left a few messages. If you don't want to come up, I'll play your messages because you got 3 sitting there.
Somebody sounded like they were fighting with a microphone. I hear Joey Butts.
Come on.
All right, we'll just do 2 at a time first, and then we'll drop it down, bring someone else up. But Joey, you're up first, man.
Hey,
you had a few
how's it
things
going?
you want to write there.
How's it going, guys?
I challenge you to fight the sea.
1 second. hope my neighbor lady doesn't call the cops. She was bringing groceries in, and I went to go talk to her, and I was bobbing and weaving with her. I didn't realize I'm like
Slapboxing with the bitch?
No, I was just like, because I'm so pumped. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing."
Preparing for my fight.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean it.
You didn't steal her Jesus statue again, did you?
Oh no,
God,
that wasn't me. You know
she
that.
cherishes that.
I know.
Come on,
Wiener
dude.
poopies,
I'm
man.
on fucking parole.
Clean up those
Anyway.
wiener poopies.
You guys
Hey,
want
do
to
you
get to
wanna add
those
something, Joey?
messages or something? I got to see something. I got to go pop.
Joey.
Just punch the
All
shot.
But anyway,
Joey,
okay, I'm
all is
ready.
on.
She's good.
Right.
What's up?
Joey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You ever fucking punch somebody so fucking hard that you fucking dislodge something in their brain?
Let me say that I punched. Dude, I don't know. There's one guy. I don't think they located his head.
Wow, it rolled off.
Probably went over to
They said
Canada.
might have been up in a mountain range somewhere, and I was like,
Wow,
fuck.
Hadouken, so you could.
Yeah, no, it happens, and it's like,
Yeah,
but
to the moon, Alice.
I don't mean to kill anybody. It's just my profession.
Right,
The
was.
tiger uppercut.
tiger uppercut, yoga flame.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Remember Tekken 3? They had the character Tiger with the afro.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, he would send somebody up in the air, flipping around like a fucking madman.
well, Eddie was that was
It was Eddie. Yeah,
no,
but like
Eddie was King of Fighters. No, it was.
Well, no, Eddie was the guy, but you win at the end if you beat it with everybody. You get like another version of Eddie talking Tiger, and he's like,
but he was
disco
Jamaican.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he had a big afro, like, and he was
Right.
dressed like bell bottoms on and shit.
Hey, disco
platform.
stew. Yeah.
Yeah, that game. Yeah, you could chill. You could just like do combinations with him. That was everybody's favorite guy.
Well, everybody knows the best move in video games of all time was Johnny Cage's split dick punch.
Yeah.
Prop punch.
You ever try to do it against a female opponent? They wouldn't let you punch her in the vagina.
Yeah, there's
They
Sonya
never-
Blade.
He just wouldn't punch.
All I want to do is
Splits, but yeah.
punch Melina right in the box.
Oh, dude, you know what? She's a bitch. I never even. What?
We got Skinny's up here on mute.
Skinny's up here too, so we're going to take turns talking, guys. Instead of
going on,
the chat, it's
Skinny?
more like
Yeah,
come and
you
ask a
ready?
couple of questions, and we'll drop you back down. So,
Yeah.
Oh, we got
You got a
a
problem?
fight here. Sunday morning.
Skinny, this is
fighting.
where you unmute and you stick up for yourself.
Skinny.
There ain't no sense in defending myself. I mean, the only thing Joey Butts ever fought was an ugly tree, and we see the outcome of that fight. I mean,
He lost.
Yeah,
it.
I
Oh, wow.
might have lost that white.
He only-
All right, listen. I'm not here to argue. Okay.
Yeah, me either. So shut
Skinny.
up. I love you, Joe.
First of all, how you doing, brother?
I am great, man. I'm great.
I'm so glad to hear it. May I ask you a question, sir?
I do it.
When is the first time you balled up your fucking fist and you just let it fly towards some motherfucker's face, and you were like, "Damn, I just hit a dude."
All right. Well, it wasn't a dude. It was a chick. It was my sister. I
Wow.
was probably 4. Well, I was 3. I'll take it back. I was 3. I just had my last surgeries on my legs. So I was confined to what was known then as a hike chair. And she decided to try to take my fucking food. And
What?
I had a surgery on my
Man, I
hand
hate
as well, and
that.
I had a cast on my hand, so I socked her in the fucking eye.
I hate that, man. I used to have this chair I used to eat in when I was high too, man.
Yeah.
People mess with your cheeseburgers. And
I'm gonna eat at the kitchen table later, bro, when I get high.
Skinny, did you ever punch somebody and they didn't go? Is there flies in here?
Oh, this guy here. This guy.
That's how you train, bro. Shadowbox the flies.
Actually, I was
playing, bro.
In that arena. I was always tall and very slim built, but I
Needle
had
fist the bug
got
punch.
long
That hasn't
fingers
changed
and
much,
big
Skinny.
hands. I got bony knuckles.
Bro, but you're lanky and long, dude. You can throw hands because I couldn't even reach you.
I was like,
Yeah.
Elvis said, if he
the thing
turned
was,
sideways, you're
Dad-
like, where'd he go?
Yeah.
My dad that raised me taught me early on, because I had physical issues, that I was going to probably have to fight, because he didn't want me to be coming home crying after being bullied and all that shit.
Yeah.
Did he ever?
taught me how to
So-
throw a straight punch, and with my bony knuckles, that really did. I mean, it made a difference.
Of course. Did he ever tell you
He went, he was fighting.
Did he ever tell you hey, you know what? If there's a fucking pipe or a brick around you or a rock, you pick that up and you fuck him up? Okay. Because I don't
I would
know.
have told him to hide under it. He couldn't pick up a
Well,
brick.
he always, his biggest thing was, if the guy's bigger than you, don't let him get you down.
Well, Skinny's best
Yeah,
friend
or
was
strike first and
Don't
run.
let him get you down.
Don't let him
Whatever
get
we
you
gotta do.
down.
Skinny's friend was often, his dad told him the same thing. Like, if there's a brick or a stick or something, just hit him with it. So Skinny used to use it as the stick a lot.
I'll pick
So
it
if
up
there's
and
a
eat
stick
it.
or a brick, run and hide behind that.
Or a telephone pole to hide behind.
Yeah.
I'll pick up a brick and bite it in half.
Elvis's,
then they run.
Elvis's favorite
Wow.
fighting style is drunken monkey. I believe he told me one time.
Yeah, well, you used to be, but, PETA.
Doesn't that go like this?
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, can I speak on the girl
No, he
fight
would
thing
just
though,
get
real
the
quick, real
monkey.
story?
Yeah, do
Yeah.
that. We want to ask a question, drop you down. We don't want to just have the whole chat thing here because
Right,
it'll turn something crazy here. So
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
Tell
and
us.
ask the question.
All right, so we so like my boy JP, this bar in Hazel Park that everybody went to, the Shamrocks. There was a fight there usually every week, but
Shamrock.
Wait,
there would be
fight
people,
at an
same
Irish
people that
bar?
would come in the next
Holy
week
cow.
and they would be like cool again.
So
Well,
weird.
we were at the bar, sitting there, and one of our friends, like thug ass cousins, just got out of prison, and he was just brick shithouse, but he was so confrontational already after being
How
in
you
years in
doing?
prison. Yeah, and he actually was getting into it with this guy. I wanted to see him beat his ass. He's like, they were arguing back and forth, and the girls with him and the girls with them were like jawing at each other all night.
What
So finally, you see them two walk out, and the prison guy's like, "What?" And the other guy's a bit like way taller, way bigger. He's like, they were like in each other's face, and he just looked around and he punched the guy in the forehead. He falls down.
In the
So
forehead?
he gets up and he's like, "Holy shit!" And we're like, "Chaz, don't fucking go over there again, dude. You're gonna get our ass whooped again." We didn't really like the guy, and he's like, "You listen to your homeboys," and we're like, "No, he's not our friend." But go
I'll
ahead.
whoop that ass again.
So they start brawling, but then the girls come out, dude, and one guy's girlfriends are like hot. The other guy's girlfriends are like biker chicks.
Oh.
They're fighting so much, dude, to where I was going, "Stop it!" Like,
Dude.
my boy Chris had one chick's
You were that
hair, and
guy?
the bouncer had another chick's hair, dude, and I swear to God, it hurt.
I wouldn't be saying stop it.
They ripped their fucking hair out of each other's heads. It was like, oh my God. I'll never forget that noise because it was literally ripping her fucking hair out of her head.
Wow.
They were like demons.
Well, if she has
Like
trips,
It's like
she enjoys that.
alopecia.
Yeah, alopecia.
It was
there
just
you
like,
go.
you know what, dude?
Full
And they
circle.
wanted to keep fighting. I was like, that's fucking disgusting.
Dude, Jocelyn just clapping it up in the cloud. She's loving all the
Yeah.
girl. Every time we
No,
mention
that's what I'm
girl.
saying.
I
I'm
feel
like,
Hey,
gross,
Jocelyn,
I don't
how you
like that
doing?
shit.
I feel like Jocelyn has a
Hey, Rob.
story where she's very enthusiastic. She's like, "Yes, fucking fighting. I do that too. I have fucked
Oh,
people."
boy, you know what?
Listen, guys,
Let me tell you about the time I stripped down and beat that bitch up.
Yeah, ladies,
Jocelyn is very
I'll
feisty. I
fight
just
two
met her.
chicks at one time. Let's see what happens.
I just met her last night.
don't
Hey,
fight.
Jocelyn.
Yeah, she,
Hey,
I am now following you,
She's a comedian.
Jocelyn.
Quick, Rob.
you should have her up
On
here.
the stage.
See what she has to say.
Joey, oh, no, just Joey. If that's what you got to add, man, I'm just going to drop you down because so we don't get all
Wait,
confused.
one
with
more
all the
thing.
voices.
One more thing.
Go for it.
Never mind. I don't want to knock it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joey Buds.
All right,
Joey.
Joey Buds.
Never mind.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Skinny, did you want to add something?
Yeah, I just wanted to point something out. Have you all seen the Robert Downey Jr. version of Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah.
Where-
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
I forget
cokehead in it.
which one of the two movies it was, but when it opens, he's fighting.
Right. And he's calculating what to do. And he's like, wait,
Yeah.
if this guy does this punch, then I got about 3 seconds to move this way. Right.
Okay, well, like you got guys go out to Vegas to play cards, they can count cards. There's actually
Yep.
fighters who are so extremely intelligent. All right, and you've seen the size difference in the story they were portraying where Robert Downey Jr. and the other guy were fighting.
Right.
The other guy was massive. There are actually literally fighters who can break it down to a science and damn near guess the next move. They watch a fighter fight, maybe the first round or so. They get a feel for their strategy, and they just fucking pick them apart.
Right.
It's their
And
fight
they
IQ.
know
That's right. You got
exact
Conor
points they
McGregor
did
can
and so
do
on.
that.
Kind of like Van Damme in
yeah.
Bloodsport, where he was like checking the
Yeah.
field. He's like, okay, I'm at the Kumite. This is like a fight to the death. Like, I'm going to check it out. I'm Frank Dukes. I made up a bunch of bullshit about myself.
Rocstedi, who's that guy from Thailand, Rock? That he's like the unpunchable fighter, man. You ever seen that dude?
Tony Jaa, right?
No, it's a real fighter, not a movie.
He's a real fighter.
He's a movie fighter,
Macau.
man. Come on.
He's for
Yeah,
The
real.
yes.
Muay Thai guy.
Yeah, the Muay Thai guy that nobody can punch him. Like he
there's
just
two.
moves
There's
out
one.
of the way.
There's one slipping my mind right now.
There was a boxer that
That's
way.
the guy.
Johnny
No.
Cramp.
No pun intended.
Bacau,
Right.
that's the dude that he's like a freaking brick. That dude just beats the shit out
Oh,
of him.
he dances around.
But there's
people
another
like
guy
unbelievable.
where like you just can't hit the guy. Like he just moves. He knows everything you're gonna do, and he just knocks you the hell
Damn it,
out.
what's his
Muay
name?
Thai
I've got
fighters, they,
friends that have fought him.
Their
There was a
stance is
pro
on the balls of their
boxer like
feet.
that too back in the 90s,
Yeah.
and he just moved. I mean, he did that dance thing while he was boxing, but they called him Prince something, little guy, but nobody could hit him.
I can't find my phone.
If you did, it didn't slow him down. But I mean, he just, But some people, what I brought that up for, was there are actually some people, because when we think about fighters, especially when we look at the UFC or something, we don't think about how intelligent these guys are.
Well, that's what Prince
do.
Nazim. Prince Nazim was like that, the boxer, until he got beat.
That's what I'm talking about. Prince Nazim.
Prince Nazim was the guy that he knew what you were going to do. But then there's this Thai fighter. I can't remember his name. I want everybody to go watch it.
There's Bakar, and I'm trying to find the other one too. I'm totally slipped my mind.
Not a big guy, but like
Sanchai.
Sanchai, is that the guy that nobody can punch him? Like he's just out of the way and then knocking you out.
Is he small?
He had like a record.
Oh yeah,
on that
he's small.
They're all.
I've had friends fight him.
5'8", 5'9".
Oh yeah.
He has been hit.
Did they make it?
It doesn't
He's
phase
had something like 500 something fights and like close to almost 500 wins, 400 something wins.
And I think he's only been punched once.
So he's swift.
I think the last time
extremely
somebody
swift,
smacked
to
him
say
was
the
when
least.
he was born and the doctor hit his ass. But man, he's a crazy fighter. But
Just
he's
in the scope of fighting, think about somebody with that level of intelligence and you having to fight them. I mean, what the fuck are you going to do?
well, guess what? I'm so fucking smart. I can talk my way out of a fight.
There you
This
go.
just in, guys. This just in. I'm sorry. I'm getting something through the wire. I'm sorry. Looks like another Muhammad Ali says, I done wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. Handcuffed lightning, thrown thunder in jail. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. So, I mean, I make this medicine sick.
There you
pretty
go.
good.
That's see, Muhammad Ali.
So
Wow.
I had a message
wanna
from
say
Joey
real-
said he only put it to the crowd because he knew he was going to sleep everyone.
Yeah.
But just so we don't get too convoluted, Skinny, we're going to pop you down if you have nothing else to add there, brother. Is that okay? Oh, he's removed himself. There you go. Thank
Everyone,
you,
the real Skinny. Clap it up for the real Skinny.
Worm was next,
Big
but
friend.
before Worm was next, we had a message from Daz Cowbell. So here we go.
Elvis Presley was driving along in the 60s and passing this gas station, as the story goes. And
Look out, man.
this bigger guy was beating up on this littler guy, and Elvis jumps out and says, hey, pick on someone your own size. And he was going to kick him in the head, but he did this karate kick and it missed, but he knocked the cigarette out of this guy's mouth.
Whoa.
Scared the guy so much. Ended the whole thing, but they had a big laugh about that, I guess.
That's called the art of fighting without fighting.
That's
Bruce
right.
Lee taught that.
That's right. The art of fighting without fighting is going directly for the genitals immediately.
all right.
I did a black in the eye of a gas station owner one time because girls were all piled around the car, and he came out and he got mouthy, and I was trying to get handsy. So,
Right.
one thing led to another.
Worm's got to.
I'm in court.
Mouth meat
let
hand.
me weigh in on this. Who out of history would be the ultimate fighter? And I think it would be Bruce
God.
Lee. Bruce Lee, weighing in at 135, not 145. At 145, he was too heavy. He wanted to go back down to 135, be at this optimal speed. This guy was a beast. And when you think about what a bullet can do, a bullet has a small amount of mass, but that acceleration really packs a punch. You can stop a bear with a small bullet. I think Bruce Lee would tear right through somebody like Mike Tyson.
Well, that's
honestly.
the Conor McGregor
I
style.
totally
man.
agree with you.
Conor McGregor doesn't have
totally
big fists, but he's got
He'll just tire you out.
concentrated fists.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up at it like a point. Like if you had a truck with a point on the front of it and it ran over you, that would probably hurt a lot more than a truck just smacking
Right.
you with the full,
Or just-
full mass.
Just careful when you're fighting him because he's going to touch you in the chest 5 times and your heart's going to explode.
That's
So
called
when
a dim mock. Yeah.
The dim mock. We're going to talk about that maybe around episode 16 or 17. So we do another one like fighting one later on. We're going to do fake martial arts, which is a huge, I'm obsessed with this shit. I'm obsessed with it. Can't wait.
Guys, thanks for letting me come up here.
Thanks,
this
Worm.
is the first Shotgun Candy
Worm,
I've
thank you for being
been present for it.
so
I really
patient on
appreciate it. Guys, it's a great show.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much, man. Are you
Thank
kidding?
you,
You're
Will.
the OG, man.
Thank you.
Love you, brother.
Thank you. Got to
All right, guys.
get Worm to Fireside too. Hashtag get Worm to Fireside. I'm going to read him from the stage there.
Worm's
He's
a
got
great
some
artist,
stuff he wants
man.
to bring up
Yeah.
with some art stuff. Yeah,
Jocelyn,
that's right.
Charlie.
We've-
That's funny. That's a great
anyone
name,
who's coming out. Sexy Reds. Who wants to talk about Sexy
Hey,
Reds?
we've got-
I know you fought somebody. I know you've been fighting somebody.
We got Paul Vado on stage, but we've got a message all from Joey. So let's take the message. We'll get to Paul Vado.
Okay, listen. I want to believe, like I said, I want to believe that Bruce Lee could beat up a whole room of people like he did in like Enter the Dragon. I want to believe that. He was dope. He had his own style. But did you never seen any of his fucking like fights in real life?
That's right.
Even if
that's
they were
my
organized.
thing.
Only two.
That's why I can't include him on any of that shit.
Yeah.
He's in my head.
Well, who's a real good fighter? Jackie Chan. But they ask him, what kind of fighting do you use in your movies? He says, I use movie fighting.
Right.
It's different than fighting on
Yeah.
the street because it's totally different. But he was a street fighter back in China back when he was a little kid. You know, his first movie was Enter the Dragon. He was in it. Bruce Lee broke his neck or some shit. He jumps on him from the back, and then Bruce Lee beats the shit out of him.
That's dedication right there.
Well, that's what made him want to be a movie actor with his martial arts, because he was in the Chinese acrobat school or whatever. But he used to street fight all the time, and that kept him out of getting into the wrong crowd. He told a story about one time he's got in a street fight and he thought he broke his knuckle, and he went home and trying to hide it, and he kept trying to push the bone back in under his hand, but it turns out it was the other dude's tooth.
Oh my
that was
God!
sticking out, not his own knuckle.
That happened to my uncle. He punched the guy so hard he lost this one, and he ripped it off in the middle of the fight. He goes, and he just like spit out his knuckle and just punched the guy with the same. Just gangster shit. Gangster shit.
That's like slapping him with a wet bologna.
Go ahead,
Paulie.
Hey, everybody, welcome, Paul Votto.
Hey, good morning, everybody from Las Vegas, Nevada.
What's going on?
Big up Las Vegas, West Side.
What's up, Paul?
AC, when you coming back to bed? No, I'm just kidding.
Let me just finish up. Like he's just right over there. He's there are several girls here.
I hear a lady giggling. I love that name Jocelyn when we're talking about fighting, because that's kind of like a to jostle. Kind of
to joust. Yeah. Joustelin. Come join us on stage, Joustelin.
Thanks for joining us, guys, both of you.
Oh, there she is. Hi.
I thought Paul was going to say something. Hi, Paul.
Yeah.
Hi, Jocelyn. Hello.
So pleasing to hear a lady's voice amongst all these assholes.
I will after. I will after Jocelyn, or I can just tell my
ladies first.
Ladies first. So go ahead, Paul. Love
you. Ladies first. Go ahead, bitch.
Wait a minute. Did you just misgender Paul Votto? That's not good. Go ahead. All right, enough of that.
Not the Paul Votto.
Right around like I don't know. I was probably 14, 15, just when you start thinking that you can probably take your old man if you had to. Like,
slaps the shit out of you once.
I remember thinking that too, Paul. Was that a thing everyone thinks? I'm about 14 going, I'll probably beat my dad about now.
Yeah. I've got my brown belt now in Taekwondo, or maybe I was just doing Taekwondo.
You're feeling yourself.
Yeah. And then he got into a little altercation with a neighbor. And my dad had me when he was older. So he would have already been mid-50s, maybe close to 60, which now I don't think is that old. I used to.
How old are you now, Paul? That's okay. Go ahead.
And he gets in, and the guy was probably half his age, probably like in his 30s, maybe 40 almost. But the neighbor was young, and I always wondered why my dad had various rocks strewn around, like on the side of the house and whatnot.
That's old school, man. Yeah,
bro. I found out he picked one up. The guy. And my dad didn't leave his property. He just said, he goes, come on, you cross the street, come on, come onto my yard, come into my driveway. So the guy comes over. My dad gets him in a headlock.
Wow.
And I'm thinking like, oh no, my dad, I'm going to have to save him. He picked up a rock. He had it in his hand. He gets him in a headlock.
That's what I'm talking about.
The hell out of this guy's head. He bloodies him.
Stop clapping.
I had to jump in and just like stop my dad, like you said, the guy with the skateboard. Like, that's enough. You're gonna kill this guy. And
Paul.
And after that, I was like, fuck that.
I got a similar one.
What color was your dad's belt, by the way?
You jogged my memory. We were on the beach. We were on Miami Beach one time. I was about 15 years old. I was in karate. My stepdad was he was a black belt in the karate that we did. We had a little dog named Jordan. Jordan got off the leash on the beach, and he took off. There was a jogger that went by, and he followed the jogger. And we were like, hey, stop. But he just never stopped because he had his like Walkman on or whatever, so he was doing his shit. When the guy came back, the dog was with us. Was with the guy. We were playing paddleball. My stepdad rushed this guy Like I just saw him like do the fucking Kill Bill shit, like and just fucking lose it. Everything turned red, and my dad just went towards him with the fucking, just hit him with a fucking racket. Bomb, bomb, bomb. I had to tackle my dad. I had to tackle him like away and like roll him kind of away from the guy and like make him realize what he was doing. I was like, dude, this is just for a dog that you don't want to chase. Like, chill.
So,
Jesus Christ.
So your dad's a psychopath.
And a black belt.
The hell kind of story is that?
And Cuban.
Hey, my dog ran away, and then a guy came running back with it, so I beat the shit out of the guy. Well, like, what the hell kind of story is that?
Hey, man.
That's
just, we're talking about street fight. That was the beach fight.
Where he cut his throat.
Yeah, but what?
He drank his blood, and
it's not the guy's fault that you had no control over your dog. Jeez.
And that's why I tackled my dad.
Yeah,
do you see the conundrum, the give and take that we had? It was
Jocelyn, welcome to the show.
You know what? Fuck my dog. I'm gonna beat that guy up.
Hi, thank you.
Yo, Jocelyn, what's up? Tell us about yourself.
What's going on, Jocelyn? How you doing? You have a lovely
Hi.
voice. Speak slowly.
Thank you. Okay. For the hearing impaired, sure.
Well, no.
And for the sexually impaired, baby.
Can anybody hear her? Is her volume working?
If you be quiet.
That was a joke. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby.
Thank you guys for having me on your stage here. This is a popping cherry moment. My first time here on Fire.
Hold on,
that's what we do on Shotgun Candy, baby.
Don't make it weird, Elvis.
It's been weird. If you were here,
this is my stepsister Jocelyn. Just so you guys know.
Oh,
yeah,
sweet.
Paul and I go way back. We did.
Well, I was about to say, here's a tissue for that cherry popping on Shotgun Candy.
You never had your head stuck in an appliance anywhere, did you? With Paul Votto around. That's
I have
bad
not.
Stuck under the bed. I can't get out.
I get to experience that. I can't say
Okay,
that
good.
I have. But no, I met Rocstedi last night. He invited me to Fireside, and here I am.
Oh, yeah,
You too?
Fireside it was.
You too?
We met
I met him last night.
and yeah. No.
I ran some jokes for him, and I guess I made him laugh and giggle enough that he thought me worthy to bring me on here. So here I am.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. She was tuning into Benny Boom Boom show on stereo. And,
Go fuck yourself.
And she said that she was going to save anal sex for her husband. And I thought to myself, that's such a nice thing to say, right? Yeah.
My debut comedy bit is about being an anal virgin, saving
was
anal
great.
sex for my wedding night. Yeah,
I could fix that for
For
you.
your wedding night, that's right.
Sweetie, I saved my asshole for
I
you.
want to talk a bit more about something, but I don't know if I should give it away. And I was like, well, you've given everything else away except for anal sex, so you might as well give it away too.
Please
Show
break
was
my ass.
This close to being able to let my mother listen to it, but we just ruined it.
Okay,
Right up
I'm
until
so
this moment.
ADHD. I've diverted all of you. Let's stay on topic, boys. We're talking about fighting.
Yeah,
correct?
get on
Anal
top of it.
sex. Anal sex.
Okay.
Sorry.
I just
guess
wanna
that's
know when you wanna
the
get
difference between a
married.
dick and an asshole, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm cussing. My bad.
That's
show's
fucking
all about
quite all
cussing.
right. You can cuss your sweetheart out.
Yeah, let me explain. This show is something we do
Good
before
practice
church.
when you first have your anal sex.
Yeah.
I thought this was church. Okay.
It depends on who you worship.
Baby, it can be whatever you want. You know what I'm saying?
So did Rocstedi tell you about his wife, and also did AC tell you about his? Because I don't have one to speak of, but
In other words, he's saying I've got experience because I'm already married.
or his wife from Thailand, but not that part of Thailand. Just
Well, okay. So I've actually never been in a physical fight. The extent of my fighting would be in a mosh pit at like a rock show.
Nice, fuck
honestly.
yeah!
Yeah. So that's the extent of my physical fighting. But I did grow up with two older brothers, and
And they hit you.
one of them.
well, they'd be like, Jocelyn, I have to practice my. It wasn't. He went
I have
the
to
Kali
practice my
Academy,
pimp
so I
hand.
don't know what exactly he.
My
said.
roundhouse.
He'd be like, try to hit me. And I'd be like, okay. And I would go to try to hit him.
Famous last
I
words.
don't know what he would do, but all of a sudden I'd end up on the floor crying. And he'd be like, oh, I have to go faster. Try it again. It's like, So that was the extent of my actual physical fighting. But in terms of street fighting, Chung Lee is my number one choice.
Yes, with them thick thighs, baby.
Yeah.
With them drumstick ass thighs.
Can you do that upside down split helicopter thing? Just
I can't, but I am taking pole dancing lessons to learn. So hopefully,
What
I'll
a coincidence! I got a pole right here.
it has to go from the roof to the ceiling. It can't just go halfway. I'm sorry.
Well, mine goes from the bed up to wherever it needs to be.
I love this ping pong session.
Yeah. Come on, you can bring it. You can bring it because I've already brought it.
Oh, you already came? Okay, cool.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I'm zipped up and cleaned up. I'm ready.
Damn.
For round two, though. That's what I'm saying.
Did you need a baby wipe? I have plenty.
She has to feel it, though. She has to feel it for this to happen.
I don't use baby wipes. I use man wipes.
Different. Okay. They're the same as baby wipes, but they smell like Drakkar Noir.
Yeah, they smell like shame and regret.
Shame, regret, and $1 bills.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and they're the shape of the $1 bills?
Shame and $1 bills.
He heard that joke. Oh, no, maybe he didn't hear that joke because I have a $1 bill joke, too.
Is that the one you wrote for him?
Yeah.
I wrote it for all men, actually.
Nice. Oh man.
You don't speak for me, lady.
Not yet. Not yet.
Just trying to get aggressive.
Let her get to know you. So Jocelyn, what do you do other? I mean, you're extremely funny already. Like, are you like a comedian as far as like a stand-up comedian?
You're
do you write
extremely
stuff?
married. Back off.
Yes.
I'm asking her a question.
Yeah,
so for
we know what
anyone
kind of
in the
question.
Los Angeles, Southern California area, I actually have 2 shows tonight. One is in Orange County. It starts at 6 p.m. I'll be doing 6 to 8 minutes there. And then tonight in Beverly Hills at the Attitude Lounge at 9 p.m., I will be competing in a comedy contest for $500. So that'd be great if anyone in the LA area could come out to that.
Give it up for Jocelyn.
Yeah.
2 shows tonight. It's just a bird in the candle.
Well done, yes.
And Keith Burr is actually a friend of mine too, and so I guess he's on here as well. And he does a.
I'm also on here, yeah, but I mean,
everyone sounds like they're from
what the
Kentucky.
fuck,
You all
man?
sound like low sounding.
Come on, man, what the fuck? I mean, look at this TikTok lady, man. She crazy.
So yeah, fun stuff, guys. Fun stuff.
Very good. Thank you for coming up. We're just going to drop you down because we've got a few more messages as well before we wrap the show up. But Jocelyn, thank you for coming up.
Jocelyn, a great pleasure to meet you. That's Elvis the King.
Pleasure.
And who we are is inconsequential. No, really, I followed you back. I hope to see you do some great stuff on here.
Definitely. Thank you.
Awesome.
My screen's frozen.
Is it? You look good. You look good. Anybody coming up back on stage? Anybody want to show something?
I can't moderate the show because I can't do anything. I'm going to swipe in and out, but I'm gonna play a message in the meantime. So here we go.
That's divine intervention. I was meant to say, I guess.
AC, did you say that guy was running by listening to a Walkman?
Walkman, yes! Oh my god!
It was like 1994. I must have been 15 years old. Do the math.
Was it a cassette Walkman or a CD player Walkman?
I feel like it's the all-in-one headphone that needed no cord, and it just like got like the FM, which allowed you maximum fucking boom ba boom bum boom bum boom ba da ba boom ba boom bum boom.
Wow.
Yeah, he couldn't hear shit. He couldn't hear shit. By the time he looked up, he's like, "Oh, my 5 miles are almost done." My Cuban dad was like tackling his ass, fucking pummeling him with a racket.
Pummeling him, yeah.
Pummeling him.
Oh, where'd Rocstedi go? He's gone. He's back.
There
you go.
Steady rocking all night.
Is he still frozen?
Nah,
Rocstedi,
I think
you're
he's like
muted.
that.
You're muted, Rocstedi. We can't hear you.
Can't hear you, Rocky.
There you go. Sorry.
There
We're back
he is,
now
there
to
he
just
is.
do the whole swipe thing. Got like 36. It says 36 on the screen. Is messages? Did I miss that much because it was frozen for so long, or what? But anyway,
Yeah,
we've got
I don't know.
a message from Joey Butts. Here we go.
Give it a
Aw, Chun Li. Yeah. No, I mean she's a babe. You know that outfit is
total
hot.
babe. Total babe.
And let's just say those little furious kicks are cute. Okay. But if I was to compare myself to a fighter or to a Street Fighter guy, it would be Sagat. You know, because not a lot of people choose him, but he's got almost the same moves as Ken and Ryu. But he's tall, huge, and has a
He's the Muay Thai guy, right?
Thing in the locker room, but he has that tiger uppercut that you can just
tiger uppercut,
take them out of the air.
What was the sound that Guile did?
The knee, and then also the high kicks where his dong comes out of his shorts.
That's right. That's right. Even then, we were indoctrinated to tie penises.
That's it. It's a huge one, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
All right. We're going to start to close the show out, guys. So, yes, Jocelyn, thank you for coming. I'm going to drop you down to the listeners. It's going to work this time.
Thank you, Jocelyn. Do you have an IG?
Did you have anything you want to add, Paul, before we drop you down?
No, thank you. I was just about to move myself down. So thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Paul, we got to grab an IRL drink, like an in real life drink. You live like 2 exits from me. Let's just meet up at at downtown Summerlin.
We've got so many messages. I don't know why they've showed up on my screen. It was frozen for a while, but
to play them or
I don't know how far back they
text?
go. No, text because once I swiped it and out, it had 36 on my screen. So
Well, rifle through them real
the
quick.
last couple from Joey, at least that are like 5 minutes old at least. One of them's quite old there. It's hey guys, let's be gentlemen. I don't want to leave to come up there and start jostling yous around.
Jocelyn is around.
Jocelyn is yeah, that's it. Joey,
she's definitely not heard that one.
Here we go. I guess we're old AC.
I'm just jostling you
with that crap. I look down at my fist, it starts clenching so hard and shaking.
Yep.
Don't know. I must have missed that when I was.
That's when the spirit comes out and you're like, I'm gonna kill someone right now. I've been there, man.
All right, guys. So this is the end of the show. Thank you. This was a different one to what we usually do for Shotgun Candy. I think it was
the most interaction I've ever seen.
Great. More interaction.
So beautiful.
We've only ever really had one guest up before, which was Daz Cowbell, and this time was we're overflowing with interaction. So that was
and guess what? Wipe your hands.
Well.
Wipe your hands because we popped the cherry.
Wipe your hands. Wash it up. That's it. Guys, thank you so much for this show. Where can we find ourselves? First of all, let's give Shotgun Candy a plug. So shotguncandy_podcast on Instagram, which is the link that's flying by here on Fireside on the Fortune Cookie. If you're listening anywhere else on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, then it is on Instagram as shotguncandy_podcast. Same as Twitter, it's shotguncandy_. Okay.
Yeah.
And then ourselves, where would you find you, AC?
You can find me. You know what? We'll start with Twitter this time. Twitter is AC_is_on. AC is on. Same thing with Twitch. AC is twitching. Send me an email if you want to send me a racy picture that you think might turn me on. You do it at AC is on Fireside. Literally from anyone. Like I'm not picking anyone. Anyone can send me any picture.
I'll send my
I want to
dick
put that
pics
up
to
there. I have them, but I'm saying anyone like new people.
I never sent them to you.
That's not your dick.
Train them somehow.
What have I been masturbating to for 2 fucking months, dude? This is episode 8. Are you kidding me?
Somebody else's. All right. Don't worry about it. Just
I'm jizzing to another thing. Well,
just act like you're in a truck.
So bathroom. So anyway, yeah, you can reach me at IG, at Twitter. Send me a message anywhere. I mean, let us know what else you guys want us to talk about. If there's a topic that comes up and you're like, oh my God, you guys got to talk about this, and go do it. Let us know.
Important.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I think if the crowd can let us know what subject you want us to talk about, and about a specific person. Like for me, I wouldn't mind talking about Elon Musk one time. I think he's one of my idol heroes, and he's your boss. So he's someone. But if it's any particular subject, let us know. We'll go do the research. How it works for the people that are new listening is that we'll go away and we'll research it individually. The three of us, we won't cross notes or anything until we're on the show, and we'll start to share notes on the show. We don't know what each other have researched, if we've got the same subject or not, or if we're just going to educate each other. So that's how it gets a little.
We don't touch swords.
Absolutely,
never.
But,
not even in
King,
a duel
where
situation.
we find you on Fireside.
Just find me here and on that Fireside Instagram there. If anybody wants to send me a message, you can do it there. That'd be fine.
Or you can hit us up on Shotgun Candy Instagram.
That's it.
We can always pass.
Yeah, we'll always get that.
To reach.
Just look up Shotgun Candy. I'll be around.
Yeah, and then all of our things are there. It really doesn't matter elsewhere. If you missed the show or want to get a replay, if you can't get a replay on Fireside, and you're tired looking at our mugs and you're driving, do it on Spotify, do it on Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Deezer, any one of those magnificent places. Podcast Addict, Player FM, List FM, you name it. Audible, Amazon Music. I mean, the list goes on and on. So I want to thank you guys because this is
always come back here.
This is our home. Yeah, this is where we live.
Circles back to Fireside. That's right. Exactly.
Absolutely. And I'm so
myself
proud
as well. Fireside is the main hub. This is where I am. It's where I do the shows with the boys, also with my other shows. So find me on here. But we also stream over to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, LinkedIn, and that's all for the Rocstedi podcast, as well as Instagram, TikTok, Telegram, Discord, the whole lot. Just hit in Google.
Oh yeah, Telegram. Oh, if you guys want to Telegram me, that's like where I live, dude. That is my workstation. Hit me up, ACX79 at ACX79 on Telegram, or just type in "sexiest man alive." I should be like the second or third one down.
Yeah, because I'm first. I think Elvis is second.
He's right after me.
I set you up, baby.
That's right, baby. I love that. All right. No, thank you very much. We've got one more message from Joey Butts before we leave. Here we go.
No, you guys remember, and thanks for listening to all the messages, dude. I just get so fired up when I know a lot about stuff. You remember you did the medieval times, right? I was thinking like the pioneer times here in America is equally kind of rough.
That's actually a pretty good topic,
you'd be
right
surprised,
there.
Especially when they were going out west, like where you could die of a cold. You know what I mean? Or
you want to do the Oregon Trail?
Died of dysentery a lot.
Dysentery.
Which is a horrible, disgusting way to die. Anyway, and then I know Cowboy Butts. He would love to speak about that.
Another episode about losing children and oh God,
filth
bless.
and living in your own shit. Yeah,
filth and living in your own dysentery and the worms in your stomach because you can't. You have to trade a kid for a sack of flour.
That was a really tough time back then, man. That would be a great topic. I like that. Clap it up, everybody. If you want to hear us talk about that. Like,
you left from Virginia,
pioneer times.
Virginia to Ohio, and your grandparents will get there.
If you're just listening, go search with that little clap button now and just start hitting the clap button nonstop because we're about to close out.
Clap it up, man. We'll,
for real.
Give him a shout out.
Will, thank you. Rue, Joey, Jocelyn, thank you. That's right. We're just checking if there's Paul. That's good. All right, excellent. Thank you. It just gets the interaction going. We love it. Lily, you just dropped in the room. You could just start clapping for us. It'd be great.
Yeah, if everybody can share this up and show how much do you love the pie?
That's cowbell. Thank you.
Saca la bolsita.
Well, thanks a lot, everybody. I gotta take a leak, man. We gotta get out of here.
There it is. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. Episode 8 is in the books. You guys are amazing. You guys make it all worthwhile.
Right.
We love you all. This is why we do it. Thank you for interacting so much. The engagement was amazing.
It was.
Shotgun candy.
Where's the white body's gone? Where is he?
Episode 8.
Oh, yeah. We'll see you for episode 9. It's going to be a doozy. I promise you that.
Oh, that's the shit music, Dan. Let's do it again.
Ah, la la. It's not even Gypsy Kings.
Oh, shit. Let's try to get it a different way.
Clap it up, everybody.
Bamboleo.
That's a bit better. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
There we go.
Peace. Happy Sunday, everybody. Later.
Go to church.
Get your ass to church. Get your ass on. Get your... Slap that like button like your mama taught you right.